You laugh and my heart chokes. Like might as everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like a soft little word. Yeah, every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me. In a way I never understood. And every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know I get. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I get you every day, all the way. I get you get me in your eyes. That's when I'm free. I get you more than anybody ever could. And you get me, in a way I never understood. And every little smile, every little move you do, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know I get you. I get you. Yeah, I get you. You get me, and I get you.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are enjoying your day. So happy Sunday. It is Sunday, you guys. Happy Sunday. I hope y'all having fun. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come into the building, y'all. So make sure you are doing that as you come into the building. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Also, leave your thoughts in the chat, you guys. And make sure you are supporting the channel via Super Chat or Cash App. That definitely helps the channel to grow, all right? So happy Sunday. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. I appreciate you guys. I see Ryan from the 8. What's going on? Cameron Gillum, 91 in the building. Successful MD in the building. Is it Wilbo? I hope I'm saying that right. I don't know. P. Jones, UFO Kamikaze 1, Kid Pros Official in the building. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody watching, you guys. Make sure you thumbs up as you come into the building. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right. What's going on, Hustle the Great? What's going on? How are you? Shout out to you. So listen, you guys, I want to jump right into the live stream. Make sure you are supporting by liking the stream. You guys also support via Super Chat or Cash App. It helps the channel to grow. But mainly hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. And I definitely want to hear your thoughts on the commentary. All right. Once again, if you are new to the building and you like the content, but you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. All right. And happy Sunday once again. So we gonna get what's going on nighttime 1984. What's going on? How are you? Hope all is well with each and every one of you guys. So listen, y'all see the title. Um, you know, women want resources and benefits of men, but they don't really want men. They want the benefits that are associated with men, with having a man, but they don't really want to be in these committed, real stable, relationships that require them to do things. And I want to talk about it. I want to get your thoughts on it. I want to know your opinions on it, whether you agree or disagree. I definitely want to hear what you got to say. But this is something that we see a lot. And, and I'm not going to say that it's only women who think this way, because I think there are some men who think this way. But for the majority of what we see, especially on social media, is women who are looking for the benefits of a man, but don't really want to adhere to a man, don't really want to commit to a man, don't really want to be submissive to a man, don't really want to do much for a man, but they want the man to do everything for them. So that's what I want to talk about, including some other things. I definitely want to get your thoughts on it. So make sure you are chiming in, y'all. But I want to get into this first clip that kind of displays what I'm talking about. And this particular clip comes from Nothing But the True podcast. Shout out to him. I'll put the full link to his video in the description if you want to go check out the entire thing. But I only got a portion of it, the part that I thought was, most interesting. But shout out to him. I'll put the link to his video. And I want to play a little bit of that and what this particular woman who is in a relationship with a man had to say. And I don't know if you guys saw this already, but she's living in this man's house, but she's on this podcast talking about how she really don't want him and for whatever reason. But it definitely points to how a lot of women think. And I say modern women because there's a lot of the modern age women who are very vocal about this. And the ones who believe and feel, because remember, women, we feel a whole lot, even if we're wrong. So how we use our feelings to dictate how we move, and why a lot of those feelings get these women in a position that they end up stuck in these situations, and they end up still complaining about outcomes that they didn't anticipate. So I just think a lot of the way women are moving, and y'all know I say it all the time, they're moving in a way that is not conducive to healthy, stable relationships, and it's not conducive to a stable, healthy past for them. But they're not listening, and they're finding themselves in these predicaments that they're still complaining about. So either you have a man, you're complaining. If you don't have a man, you're complaining. If you're not getting what you want, you're still complaining. You're still wondering and trying to figure out how, when all of the answers that you need are right here in the opening, but they don't want to accept it because it doesn't fit their narrative. And they don't want to listen to men because, how could I listen to a man? They don't want to listen to men because they think they know it all, and they think they're smarter and better than men. So that's a problem that they're going to have to deal with, while men are just moving and going their own way. So y'all chime in. I want to hear y'all thoughts on this one, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I want to play this video. Check out what's being said in this video, y'all. Here we go.
This is the thing, right? And this is what boggles my mind, because every woman just says, well, leave then. Leave if you don't want to be in a relationship. No one ever said that we didn't want to have a relationship. Rebel, how are you?
Peace.
Rebel?
How you doing?
Stupendous. Where you calling from,
Yes.
sweetheart?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Where you
I'm
calling from?
I'm okay. I'm calling from Connecticut, but I'm from New York.
Okay. Are you want to chime in on the conversation tonight?
I'm trying to catch up with it. I was trying to get all connected and configured over here, but I think yeah.
I think you
I
found your
was
way.
yeah. So I'm sorry. Was she talking, Crystal? Were you talking? I'm sorry. I just came in and so the last thing I heard was about if the woman wasn't willing to have sex with her mate or husband or whatever, is he allowed to cheat, or how many times? And I'm gonna go with what Crystal was saying. I don't think there's like an infinite number or number part per se to give, but I I think those are conversations before you even get into a marriage or any kind of relationship.
Now, let me just say this real quick. Kid Pro, what is it? Kid Pro's E official or whatever. Listen, I'm gonna answer your question. But I just want you to. I look. I'm all good for people coming up and having their opinions and saying what they want to say, but please keep it respectful when you come over here, because I don't really play like that, and I'll just block you and delete you. But I will answer your question to just for this one moment. But please don't come over here with this foolishness, because I don't have time for it today. I really don't have time for it, and I don't think I have a sticker on my head that says disrespect me. Okay? I just want to point that out. I don't wear a sticker. I don't dress like a 304. I don't show you any signs that I'm somebody that you can disrespect. Or, nor my husband, because I don't get down like that. So that's very disrespectful. And if you're gonna come over here with that, I'll just block you. Okay? And I don't typically block people. I really like people to have their say, and I don't have to agree with what you say, but that's disrespectful to put something up there like that. But to answer your question, yes, however he wants to. Now, my question to you is, do you have a wife that you can do anything? You can do that too? Or are you somewhere, what are you doing? Hiding in the basement because you can't get women? Don't be disrespectful. I don't tolerate disrespect. I let people come up and say, or have their opinions, but don't be disrespectful. Not over here. That's not what I'll let you stay in the chat if you want to. But don't do that, because I take offense to stuff like that. That's not your business, for one, and that's not something that you should be coming on people's platforms saying. Have some type of sense of decorum. Like, who raised you? Like that's disrespectful. Don't do that. That's not nice. Now there's some questions that I could ask you that would be super disrespectful, and I don't think you would like them. But I don't typically do that. But I know how. So I'm just saying, keep it cute. Don't come over here with that disrespect. That's all I ask. I don't appreciate stuff like that. Just wanted to point that out. Have a good day. JSU Tiger, thank you for the super chat. Says, love the new soundboard, DeeDee, especially dun dun dun. Thank you, and congrats to the 2026 NBA World Champion New York Knicks. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, JSU Tiger 07. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for the support and for being here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's move on, child. It is too early today, baby. I should have worn my not today shirt, because I don't do no shit like that. Thank you, JSU Tiger. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. The hell? I don't know. I don't know. That just messed with me a little bit. That don't do no shit. Like, don't come over here with that. I'm just saying, not you, JSU Tiger. I'm just saying that comment, it just ruffled my face a little. My husband can get whatever he want from me. Just so you'll know. But why would you? I don't understand people sometimes. Now, I rarely get, in my feelings about stuff, but sometimes, people just are batshit crazy. I said, like, come on, why would you? Why? Anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Let's continue.
Long term, because here's the thing, nobody gets into a relationship with intention of breaking up, especially over something as simple as, maybe for some people it's not simple, but cheating or infidelity, right? We're not talking about love, we're talking about cheating. We're talking about having sex with someone. So I think that we have no ownership over people. You do what you do, but these are conversations that you have with your mate. Respectfully, not with Two Hertz or Crystal or whomever else. This is you and your mate that should be figuring out this place, if you will.
So the reason why it's such an important conversation is because some people can't talk to their partner, unfortunately, right? And even
Most of us can't.
And so even when they talk to their partner, unfortunately, it falls upon deaf ears. So it's not until you get on a platform like this and you hear somebody saying things that you would like to say. You're hearing somebody say, whoa, this is something that I'm going through. I know men, I know women that have been in relationships for years, and them getting sex from their partner is very, very far and few. Them being able to experience their partner in a sexual way is far and few. And there's a lot of men, right, more than women, that suffer through this shit in silence. These men are just taking this shit on the chin because you got my kids and I was taught to just fight for my family and I don't want to do anything wrong. And so I am teaching these men that it is okay to choose you. Pussy is not leverage and should not be weaponized in any way, especially, and I stand on this, right? Any man that is doing what a man is supposed to do, right? Any man that is paying those bills, any man that is providing for that household, any man that is on his A game, if you are not getting coochie, get out of there immediately. Leave her. There are plenty
Okay.
of women right now, right
Can
now.
I? Can I? Real
Let me
quick.
finish.
Now, let me pause it for a second. And so basically, in this conversation, this is what they were talking about: women using their bodies as leverage against the man. Like, you in a relationship, you're withholding, intimacy from your person for whatever reason. And y'all know, people who have been following me, I've said this a long time. I don't think that that's what you should be doing. You're in a relationship or marriage. I'm not one of those ones who would do that. And the rule question in the chat just kind of made me think of that. Yeah, I've never been the type of person. No, I'm like, nah, we married. I don't care if we argue left and right. That has nothing to do with you being intimate with your person. I never thought like that and never acted in that way. And so I just find it very interesting because that's what they were talking about. I find it interesting that there are a lot of women who like to do that. And part of the reason is because either they just feel good about doing it or they don't like the person that they're with. They really don't want to be with them in that way. And I just think that that's jacked up. And there are a lot of men who are in relationships who are dealing with that. And I just think that's unfortunate. I don't agree with that whatsoever. But we're gonna keep going because this woman who just entered, actually, she's gonna give her take on all of this, and this is where the part that kind of shows how women want to be in relationships because they need the benefits of the man, but they don't want to. You don't want to give him no loving. You don't want to cook. You don't want to clean. You don't want to do anything that you think benefits him, but you want all of the benefits from him. That's a mistake a lot of women make. Veteran 0831, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the happy belated birthday wish. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here. Let's continue.
Well, you got to let me finish.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
what you have to understand is there are unlimited women that are looking for a provider and a protector. And that's where these women get it misconstrued at. These women are acting as if this pussy has all of this unlimited value, and it doesn't. The thing that makes a woman valuable is her exclusivity. The thing that makes a woman valuable is her appearance. The thing that makes a woman valuable is her way to pour into a man. For a man, what makes him valuable is his protection and his provision. Yeah. So these women, right, they flatter themselves, and like she said, like the young lady Crystal said up top, there's a woman somewhere watching how you're playing with him, watching how you don't deserve him, watching how you're not pouring into him. And so I always tell men and women, how many no's am I supposed to accept until I fall victim to a yes? Now go ahead, Miss Rebel. You got the floor.
You speak from the male's perspective, and I get that. But the thing I will agree with you with is women will give themselves to a man, not a male, a man. We have these men now, and respectfully, the men are not menning like they used to, and women are forced to be in more masculine positions now. So you want me to go to work, come home, cook, clean, and fuck you? While you're not doing any part of that? Now you're saying if the man is doing that, then absolutely, that to me is part of our feminine duty.
Okay, so this is something we hear a lot of women say. A man want them to cook, clean, and sleep. Well, but what you want the man to do? Oh, so you're at home, right? Or you, even if you go to work, you come home, you don't want to cook, you don't want to clean. Don't you have to eat? So what do you eat? This is a part that always is mind boggling to me because I'm like, y'all still got to eat, right? And most of y'all got children. So don't your children have to eat? Don't you have to feed yourself? So you don't want to cook or clean and make sure things are good while that man is out working. And you expect him to pay either all of the bills or the majority of the bills. And I just don't understand, if you want to be in a relationship with a man, doesn't intimacy comes with that? So I think a lot of if you're with a man that does not give you what you need, why are you with him? Why are you with a man that is not giving you what you want and then you complain about it? And instead of walking away or just leaving the man alone, you still stay with him because he is offering some type of provisions that you want. But then when you feel a certain type of way about it, if you don't think it's enough or you don't think it's, more, you move the goalposts because what you agreed to at one point, now all of a sudden you change your mind and you want something more because your girlfriend said, girl, he just giving the bare minimum. So now you want him to bring more, and now you're moving the goalposts, and now you expecting more out of him. He don't get it. You penalize him in that area. It doesn't make sense, y'all. Let's continue.
In a sense, if we're in a relationship, but we talking about men now, and I'm 50. We talking about men now. We talking about men then. They don't exist anymore, my love. I don't.
Friend,
It's hard. It's hard to
and
find them.
so you're
Can I
not
rebuttal
in
on
a.
that?
Hold on 1 second, sweetheart. Let me just land my
Okay.
plane, and I'm gonna let you go next. So I hear what you're saying, but that's bullshit. These men are the same. The only thing that's different now, right? Because a lot of women try to say that
Women.
men aren't menning the way that they used to. No, women have a way higher sense of entitlement than they used to. And
Yes,
so
they
what
do.
happens is these women are on these social medias. These women are getting boob jobs, butt jobs, lip jobs, face jobs, good jobs, everything with a job. And so they're starting to think that for some reason, right, that their value can decrease, but their standards can increase. And that's what's wrong with the dating pool. Because let me tell you this, right? Women 20 years old, 25, titties still perky, coochie still tight, kidless, like that's thriving. They don't have any issues dating. What happens is a lot of these women get to 50 years old, get to 45 years old, get to 40 years old. Your body not what it used to be. Your attitude is freaking disgusting.
Yep.
And you feel like you want me to work, clean, and fuck you? Well, adults work and clean. This is what adults do. You would be cleaning and working and providing for yourself, whether a man is in the picture or not. So the fact that you think that fucking and cleaning just comes with me treating you a certain way, this is how we talk about a sense of entitlement. I think that these women have fallen out of love with just being women. You want
You know what? Listen, no lies detected. He's absolutely right. They're equating it to masculinity. No, whether you have a man or not, right? Unless you're nasty and filthy. Like Divine Photo said, you don't bathe. If you just nasty and filthy and you just eat McDonald's and Popeyes all day, then you have to cook and clean for yourself. It's not just about a man, but that part of, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, part of what you want from a relationship is what the other person brings to the table. So if you get a man, part of what he brings is provisions and protection, right? Part of what he brings. That's not all, but that's part of it. And part of what you bring, maybe he like, well, hell, she could cook. She keep a house nice. I at least I get a hot meal when I come home from work. I get a feminine woman. I get a woman that I can, be intimate with and share my life with. There are provisions you both bring to the table that should complement one another. But unfortunately, in modern society, a lot of these women don't want to do anything that compliments the man. They think that they have leverage over the man, and so they don't want to do certain things, thinking that they can, request more and more and more from him. And then use this idea that I'm masculine, and so I don't know how to do none of this shit. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. I don't know, and I shouldn't. Like, it just doesn't make sense. This is why men are moving out of the damn country. They're tired of this type of rhetoric. Then on top of that, like he said, you're big, you're breathing, you can't, you're doing like this when you walk up the stairs or just walk through the house. You're out of breath. Your feet are swollen. You got a lot of things going on. Your neck is fat. Like, you got a lot of things going on, and you got all these expectations, and then don't think that that's a sense of entitlement. That's crazy. Irving, thank you so much for the super chat, Irving. Says, I can definitely relate to the topic. I've been in a relationship where an ex withheld intimacy off of anger, but when I called it out, she tried to make me seem like I was imagining things. Gaslighting. Right. Y'all know, see, Irving, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I think that that's crazy. I don't think that you should be doing that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. I'm not one of those women that agree with women who say, "Oh well, we're so tired, and what does tired, and we gotta work and we gotta do all you, whether you had a man or not." And then the thing about it is, when you don't have a man and you out here working and you doing all the very same things you complaining about in a relationship, you're still going giving it up to Pookie. You ain't tired. You don't get tired of too masculine to give it up to Pookie. Ray Ray and Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. You're not too tired to give it up to them anyway. So what's the difference when you have a man that's supposed to be your man? Why can't y'all work that out? Don't make any sense. You don't want to work out a relationship, but you want to be for the streets and make that work and then complain about that at the same time. That's crazy. Let's continue.
Me to go to work and fuck you. You gotta work
I don't agree.
regardless. I bet you don't. But go ahead, Crystal. I want to hear what you got to say, Crystal.
Okay, so the only thing I was going to say, like, I understand what she's saying that the men aren't menning and stuff like that, but the women aren't womening either, right? And if we don't require these men to put forth the effort to do those things to make us want to do it, that's on us. That's for coochie management.
Talk about
You
it.
see what I'm
Talk about
saying?
it.
Like,
Coochie
Claim that.
management is
if
crazy.
he's not willing to do those things for you, if he's not willing to provide, protect, and help clean up and help take care of the kids, I got 8 kids.
God
8.
damn. For sure.
Bless your
Yes.
heart.
So
Bless your coochie too, for sure. Both. Bless both. Bless both of them.
it,
I'm saying you can't just bless. All right. My fault. Go ahead.
it's a partnership, right? And when my partner wasn't partnering, that was on my fault. That was my fault. That was poor coochie management. And what you
Talk
do with
about it.
that is you get yourself together and you let him see you get yourself together and let him see what he missing out on. That's
Or
somebody else's problem
sometimes
now.
the time just passed and it's time to move on to something else in your life. We're not here for
Yeah,
a long
like
time.
if he not gonna protect, provide, and all of that other stuff, and help you cook and clean and everything else, something that we have to do regardless if a man is in the picture or not. Just that.
But why does a man have to help you cook and clean if he's the provider? If he's the provider financially and protecting and all that, why should he have to cook and clean? What are we talking about? Now, listen, different strokes, different folks. I say it all the time. There is no one size fits all to a relationship. Everybody's relationship dynamic is different. There are some situations where it is the requirement of the woman to do all the cooking, all of the cleaning. And when the priority of the man is he's the breadwinner, he goes outside, he makes the bread. Makes the bread. He makes the money, basically. Well, I guess I could have said that. He makes the money, right? He's the sole provider. He's providing for the family financially. He pays all the bills. And you are designated to the household to make sure that household is running smoothly. If you have a situation like that, then you shouldn't be asking that man to cook or clean. I'm just saying. Period. You shouldn't. If both of y'all are working, I don't think it's insane to where you both share in the responsibilities, unless that's something that you just want to solely do. There are some women who work outside of the home, but they come home and they don't want the man to even touch anything in the kitchen. They don't want him dealing with the food. That's something that they take pride in and they want to do it. And, and he does other things. He takes care of the things outside of the home, mowing the lawn and, fixing stuff. Because Lord knows there's always something that needs to be fixed or changed in a house. And I don't want to do that. Okay. So yeah, if even light bulbs, if I don't even want to change a light bulb, that smoke detector, I don't fool with that. My husband changed the smoke detectors and changed the light. Now I've changed the light bulb. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to do that. Hey, the light bulb, could you do it? He does that kind of stuff without a problem, But at the same time, listen, we have grown sons. So guess what? that a lot of that is shifted to the sons. My sons are mowing the lawn now. My husband, I say my father. Lord, why would I say my father? My husband doesn't have as much of that responsibility. He'll do it, they'll do it, they all do it. So this is why I say dynamics in relationships kind of shift a bit. The longer you're in a relationship, and then when you involve children, your children get older, they're in the household as adults because they're grown, but they're still in the household. Then they do a lot of those. They take on a lot of those responsibilities too as adults in the household. So they mow the lawn. Hell, they cook. Everybody in here cooks. So all I'm saying is to say one size doesn't fit all. I personally believe, and I'll give an example, and I love to give examples because it helps people along the way. When my children were younger, when our children were younger, and I was in the household, which still in work from the house doing this, right? This is what I do from home. But other than that, been a housewife the entire marriage. When our kids were little, my husband, sole provider, went to work, worked outside of the home while I stayed inside the home. Did I expect my husband to come home and cook? No. I felt that was my job to do because I'm at home all day. I'm at home all day twiddling my thumbs and not cooking or making sure the house is good and the children are good while he's out here working. I think that's insane. Now, has there been times where my husband has cooked? Hell yeah. Because he want to cook something, or if he's want to give me a break, or he just want to do it, or, if I was sick or something like that, he would pick up that slack. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But it's not, I don't think you should expect the man who's out fully providing to just do that. Now, can he come home and help with certain things? Yes. And my husband has, and I don't think that but once again, it's just my opinion. Everybody's situation is different depending on what your expectations are, what your demands are, and what y'all agreement is. So if we didn't have a set agreement like, oh, he go to work, not just because going to work and paying all the bills is a big deal. There ain't no just. It takes a lot for anybody to have to go out and work and to pay all the bills and have that responsibility. So my husband went out and worked, but we didn't have a set specific, oh, you work, pay all the bills, and I stay at home and I do nothing outside of that and you do nothing outside of that. We didn't even have it that strict rule because it just didn't work like that. If something needed to be done, whoever can do it, do it. But at the same time, there was just things that my husband would just do. Like he wouldn't expect me to cut the grass or, do those things. He would handle that. Just like I didn't expect him to come home after a long day's work and cook food while I'm there all day and I know how to cook. And I'm cooking and the children are fed. Because if I don't cook and I'm at home all day, how are my children eating? The children went to school, a couple of my kids before we started schooling, but they got to come home and they got to eat. So what, I'll just sit back and twiddle my thumbs and don't cook for the kids? Like that don't make no sense. But anyway, for the most part, I would think that if your man is out working hard to provide for the family, the least you could do is cook and clean and make sure the kids are good and the house is good. I don't see no excuse in not doing that. If both of y'all work outside the home, then both of y'all can contribute. I don't see why that should be an issue as well. But I don't know. I think a lot of times, again, people make it harder than it actually is. But once again, there's no one rule for every situation. Successful MD says entitled Big Back Miss Piggy demanding a little Kermit. Child. You wrong for that. But I mean, the backs be big. I mean, it is what it is. We can't ignore it. Thank you, Successful MD. Hell, a lot of these women are overweight and big backs. I mean, and they're not trying to get the back smaller either. I'm just saying, if you was trying, I'll give you that. But a lot of them just comfortable there, and then you expect the most from these men. Soon as the man tell you stop eating them Big Macs because you got a big back, then they want to get mad. But thank you, Successful MD. Hell. Nightcall 411, thank you for the super chat, bro. Says people often see qualities in a partner that they don't consistently embody themselves. Relationships start with being the example of what you expect: integrity, loyalty, communication, and accountability. Right. But we see it happen all the time. It's the things you want something from a person that you don't even possess yourself or not even trying to do. Because that's why I call it entitlements, because when you feel entitled that you don't have to present or give the very thing that you're asking that person for. And then when they don't give it to you, you mad and like, oh, I will not settle. But he would be really settling for you, which a lot of men, in my opinion, have been the ones that have settled for big backs, or all types of stuff that they should not have been settling for. But they were trying to, give you work with you. But unfortunately, a lot of these women have come to a place now to where they don't want to work with the man because they're entitled. They think that they deserve more, and a lot of times they don't. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just a Night Call once again. Shout out to you. Thank you for the support. Says, if society isn't traditional anymore, why do people still expect traditional values from others? Night Call, you be asking some really good questions. But baby, we need Jesus and a mind reader and a wizard and whoever else can come from an alternate place to give us the answers, because as much as we try to make sense of this, we can't make sense of it. People, that's why I call it a delusional mindset. We need somebody who of some higher power to come and make some sense and zap these people to make them understand a relationship takes two, and you got to work together, and nobody's perfect, and one is not better than the other. That y'all figuring it out together. That's what a relationship is all about, figuring it out together. Not you being superior and getting your way, and the other one gotta acquiesce to you all the time and chase you and run behind you and put you on a pedestal and do what you say. This is how a lot of women move, and why they feel like they're not gonna settle, because they think that they're better than the program, child. They think that they're better than the program and any man out here, big backs and all. Like, it just doesn't make sense, y'all. It doesn't make sense. They want traditional values because it benefits them. We all understand the economy and what's happening out here and the rising prices of everything. We understand that you need two incomes for the most part. If your situation is where you don't need two incomes, great. But for most people, they got people out here claiming they're working 2 and 3 jobs, and then they need their husband's income, and they still struggling. Now, I don't know what their finances look like and what they're spending their money on, but most people are saying they need 2 incomes. So, what was my point? So, it's just to be in a traditional situation, which would require or lead to a woman being in the house and a man outside working. They want a man to pay all the bills like a traditional man, but they're not traditional women, and they tell you on the daily they're not traditional women. They don't want to cook, clean. They keep saying it over and over. They don't want to do traditional work, but they want the man to do all of it, and then say, well, if we can't get men who are going to make us feminine and make us traditional, then we don't want them. Nobody can make you that way. We need an alternate power somewhere to really come in and really make these people get it, because they don't. Thank you, Night Call 411. I appreciate you. I don't know. Night Call once again says, if traditional roles can be outsourced or paid for, people may value the service less, and the act becomes less special when anyone can do it for a price. Hey, you got a really good point, because we're at that place now where people can outsource that type of stuff. I mean, you can get somebody to cook. I mean, you can hire a chef to come in and cook for you. You can hire a nanny. You can hire a maid service. You can have people come, clean your house. You can have people come and do those things already. Those people, there are a lot of people. Well, there are some. I don't know how lot, but there are some people who are already outsourcing that type of stuff. But, and maybe that's why they're looking at it that way. I don't know. They don't see it as something special to cook and clean. But at the same time, it really boils down to the person that it's affecting, like who you're talking to, like what is important to you, what do you value? Because what you value is different from what somebody else value. A man might value a woman who's at the house and cook and clean, and he comes home and the house is smelling like, smells clean and fresh, and then you smell food cooking on the stove. There are men who love that and appreciate that, and they want that from the person that they're with, because they value that person and they see the value in the person because of that. The same way a woman can look at him and value him for who he is, how he treats her, and the fact that he's a provider, and he makes no bones about it. Like, so I guess it really just boils down to what you value and what you respect. I guess it's on an individual level, individual person's level. Like, what do you respect? What do you require? What's important to you? Because there are men who would love, I said it before, and a lot of men deem women who can provide that as good women. A woman who's at the house, she's not a 304. She's a loving person, and she's a good woman, and she got your back and she cares. So women like that, they want to do things for you. They want to do these things that you like. So it just depends on who you're dealing with, their mentality, who they are as a person, what they value. Because whatever you value is what you contribute. What you value is what you bring to the table. So if you value, there are women who love to cook, love housework. So they value that, and if a man sees that in her and that's what he loves about her, that's what he's gonna value her, and she's gonna value what she does, and she's gonna love the fact that he loves what she does. So it's not a problem. So I think a lot of women and men or whoever, but we're talking about women in general who are complaining about these things is because that's not something that they value. That's not something that they want to do. And so they always have pushback for it because that's not what they really want to do. They don't really value that, don't see the value in it, and they don't care if you value that or not. And they just think, oh, you crazy for wanting that, but I'm not going to do it. So they see it as slavery or something that's so difficult to do. The things you don't want, when you want to do something, it comes easy. That's like having a dream job, a job that you actually love to do. You don't have a problem doing that job. You don't complain. The reason why so many people complain about their jobs, why? Because they hate their jobs. They hate the job. It's a drag getting up every morning, putting on that uniform or that clothes. You just hate your job. Most people don't like what they do, so it's a problem. Even though they got to do it, it's a drag to do it. They can't stand the coworkers. They can't stand the place. It gives them a literal headache to get up and have to go there. They got to put on a front and a fake smile because they need that money. So that's how it is with a lot of these women. You want the relationship with the man only because of the benefits. He's a provider and all of that, but you really hate what he stands for. You hate that he wants you to cook. You hate that he wants you to clean, because if it's left up to you, for some of these women, they will just sit down all day and watch soap operas or watch TV reality shows and sit back and eat popcorn and brownies and Snickers and drink Diet Coke. Big bags like Diet Coke for some reason. Anyway, did I say that? But anyway, and you'll sit back all day and don't do nothing while he's out working and hustling and paying the bills. And when he come home, he left to go get a bowl of Cheerios. So, once again, I just think the reason why so many people have a pushback towards these things is because it's just not something that they want to do. And they're mad that they are being told that this is what men want, because they like, damn it, I don't want to do that. But is this something I'm going to have to do in order to get this man to pay all the bills? Like, I think that's where they are. You know what I mean? But thank you, Nightcall 411, once again. I appreciate you. Latrell, thank you for the super chat. Latrell says, are we getting a free concert today, DeeDee? Your hair is giving major Toni Braxton vibes, girl. Thank you. Y'all, how y'all feeling it? I don't know. I cut my hair. I cut it real short. I wasn't trying to go this short, but it is what it is. I used to wear it short like this. Trying something new, y'all. Again, it's been a long time since I wore my hair like this. Thank y'all. Thank you for the super chat, Latrell. I appreciate you. And then I'll cut it short, child, and then I'll be trying to grow it back out. But to me, I don't know. I'm not getting my hair. Short hair is much easier for me because I don't have to do much. I could just slick it down and go. It's easy. But anyway, what do y'all think? Let me know. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. C. Irvin, once again, thank you so much. C. Irvin says, agree, DeeDee. A lot of women are yelling, if you can't do the bare minimum, I don't want you. So what if his bare minimum is her being able to cook and be independent and self-sufficient at it? Listen, right. Thank you, C. Irvin. I appreciate you. Very, very good point. But all of this, once again, y'all, and I said it before, is part of the reason why people will just be single. A lot of these people will be single. Women will be single. The men will be single if they don't go off and try to find relationships somewhere else, because a lot of these women are just delusional. They're lost in the sauce. They're living in a delusional mindset, and it's not benefiting them. I want women to thrive and benefit in relationships. They're already talking about thriving and benefiting by themselves. But a relationship is more than just money. A relationship is more than just, oh, I can do it by myself. We know y'all can do it by, you can do it by yourself. As an adult, you should. But if you want to thrive in a relationship and build something more and something beyond yourself, that's what a relationship is supposed to be for. And they're not perfect. That's the part of the whole point of working and building together. That means working and building in every area together. Thank you, C. Irvin. I appreciate you, bro. Jazz, what's going on, Jazz? Thank you. I appreciate you, sis. How you been? I love your hair. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Girl, I'm trying to keep it short. I think I might keep it short. I like short hair because it's less maintenance for me. But anyway, thank you, Jazz. Jazz Noel 7 in the building, you guys. Shout out to Jazz. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yois Eric TV says, my bare minimum is whatever I want to do because I don't have to. The F. I think that's what you're saying. I know that's right. I know that's right. Thank you, Yo, it's Eric TV. I appreciate you. Successful Emily says, I'm glad I can burn my own food. They're foolish. Thank you, success. Right, exactly. Thank you, Successful MD. And then that's another thing. A lot of men know how to cook too. A lot of men know how to cook. So I mean, yeah, a lot of men know how to cook. They don't necessarily need a woman to cook. But I think a lot of men would like a woman who can cook, especially, there's things that I know how to do, but I don't necessarily like to do them. And it's it's nice to have somebody else to do it sometimes. Yes, you can do things for yourself, but it's nice if you have somebody that can help you with certain things or do certain things. It's just always nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jazz says, keep it short. It's stunning on you. I've been good. Oh, I've been good. Gotcha. Loving. We have to connect again soon. We do, Jazz. Definitely, for sure. Let's move on, y'all. Let's finish this video.
Simple.
So we just got 2 people join the chat, right? And I don't want to leave them out. So we got LaJewel K. Krigler, and then we have Deja Love. How you doing, Miss LaJewel? How are you feeling this evening?
I'm fine, and how are you?
Oh my goodness, life is stupendous. I can't complain at all. How you doing, Miss Deja? You okay?
I'm well, thank you.
You ladies wanted to chime in, so we're gonna let Miss LaJewel
Yeah.
go first, and then we'll let Deja chime in, and then I will get back into it. I'm all ears, Miss Deja. I mean, Miss LaJewel.
Thank you. You know, I'm not sure if I can actually say that things have so much changed, because I believe that the men of today have really learned from the men of the past. And in the differences is what we women have finally come to understand, that we've been doing it all this time. And we watched our mothers, our grandmothers, right? Our aunts.
Now, and this is why I try, y'all. Y'all know I try. I don't want to speak for every woman, every man, but we gotta remember to say some, because and I'm speaking for myself, and every woman can speak for themselves. Everybody has not experienced the same things in life. We have different things that we go through, different things we've experienced. I can't sit and say, oh, I've done it all my whole life. And so I can't say that. As a younger woman, yes, I've worked. I've worked since I was 15, like with summer jobs and stuff like that. So I've done that, but I was married early 20s. So I was a stay-at-home wife, so I didn't have to go outside the home and work. Yes, I had to be at home with kids all day and every day, and that's a lot. Oh, trust me, it's a lot. I'm not going to say it's just a walk in the park, but to me, it was better than what I've seen other people have to go through, including my mother and others, where they did it all by themselves. So yes, there are a group of women. I'm not going to negate that. There are a group of women who had to do it all by themselves or chose to do it, however, whatever their situation was, because there's all types of situations, who did it by themselves and had to work and take care of kids, and that's a lot, and they struggle with that, and I get it. But every woman didn't have to go through that. And for a lot of women, it wasn't a problem if they did. Like some women didn't have a problem having to do the housework and go to work, which, if you go back to the probably, who knows, early 50s, 60s or whatever, in Black households, most of those, the husband and the wives worked. Back in those days, a lot of the women, my grandmother worked when she was married. She did work for these white folks, worked in their house and stuff. So it was not the optimal type of work, but there was work. So they went to work, and the husbands had to work. They both had to work to maintain. I don't know why now it's such a problem of women having to work when they had to. The women, there was a time where women didn't have bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. But as far as we can go back, at least I can't say exact, but 50s and 60s, Black couples had to work. Whether they were working for the white people, babysitting their kids, taking care of their kids and all that, house maid work and all that kind of stuff. But they had to work. They had to work. They had to work together. And that's one of the issues that you hear a lot of women talking about is the back in the day, they had no other choice. They had to work. They had to work together. That, somehow they didn't want to do it, but they were forced to because they had no other options. And now that the women have options, now they're walking away and doing their own thing. But I think a lot of times when you hear certain women talk, they're saying, oh, they had to do it back then, but then they make it seem like, then there's others who make it seem like, oh, the man paid all the bills and all this. That was a small percentage of people who could do that. The majority of Black people for sure had to work together. They had to. So it wasn't an issue. So yeah, most of the times they had to work together. And now I guess women are saying, look, we don't have to do that. We don't have to take up with your bullshit. So we can go on and do our own thing. You can, but you still complain about relationships. My thing is this, for a lot of people that I see complaining about it, I just don't think people who are happy in their choices and the things that they choose to do, they don't complain about it. Just like you don't see there is a group of married women who talk about they're married, but they're like single mothers. I see that. I also see where that's coming from too, because like I said, I've been married a long time, raised children, and I understand how the difficulties that are associated with that. I would be lying if I said raising multiple children at once is a breeze. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of your time. You don't really be having time. And I'm talking about doing it with no help. There's no nannies. There's no people to come clean up and do this. And then when the kids are sick, you really got to be dedicated to your family and your children. You can't, there's no room, to complain or give up. You really got to be that mother to those kids while the husband is not always there because he got to work and provide for said kids and wife. So yes, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, personally, I felt like it was a rewarding job. Did I ever get frustrated or tired? Hell yes. It's a natural thing. I'm not saying it's always a walk in the park. Even the best mothers get tired. You get tired. It's a lot of work. Just think about, you're getting, spit up on, and you're changing diapers all day, and you got to cook and you got to do all these things. I'm not saying that it's always a walk in the park, because it is mentally draining, y'all. Being a mother and a full-time mother at home with kids all day, it's draining. Just so you know, it's not always easy. But if that's what you signed up for, then you got to take the good with the bad. And also the good part is that your kids are safe. You know that you're not going to harm your kids. You know that you're providing the best possible, outcome for them possible. You don't have to worry about sending them to babysitters and worry about what's going on or daycare and stuff like that. You are able to be there, watch your kids grow, go through the milestones that they go through, watch them crawl, walk, grow up, and then before you know it, they're grown. So I'm not saying it's just a walk in the park, no, but it's a part of the job. And I think a lot of times people want certain things, but then when the difficult parts occur, you want to run away, and you want it to be easy. Who said it was always easy? Raising children is not always easy. You got to really protect and love and teach these little kids. You have to do all of that. And that comes with challenges because you're a human being too. So it comes with challenges, but if that's what you signed up for, if that's what you want, a family, you want kids, you want her, that's a part of it. Nobody said it was going to be always easy, but that's life. Life is not always easy, but we still living. You don't just, hopefully you don't just take yourself out just because things get a little rough, because there's a rainbow at the end, or you know what I mean? You know that it may be rough now, but it gets better. Keep living, keep thriving. Things will get better. There's ups and downs. My husband calls it ebbs and flows to life. So if there's ebbs and flows to life, there's ebbs and flows to everything that you do, ups and downs. Go through it. Keep going. You'll figure it out. That's what a relationship is to me. Like you can't expect no perfect person, neither man or woman. But if you choose to love and accept the person that you're with, you got to accept their flaws and all. And once you know what those are, and you still willing to love and be with that person, then that's what you do. This is why I always say, look, you got to get to know the person for who they are and learn these things about them to know if it's something that you want to accept or not. If you don't know somebody and they just spring some stuff on you that you wasn't aware of or whatever, and that's not what you want, get the hell up out of there. Move on. Because you're not going to be good for that person. Move on. You don't have to stay in something that is not giving you what you thought it was going to be, but that's something you figure out in the beginning. Don't string somebody along. Don't make them think, you know what I mean, or lie to them or make them think you're something that you're not. I don't think that's helpful, because it's going to end up ending in the end. Latrell says, when older women complain about relationships but ignore advice from those successfully married, it shows reluctance to compromise and evolve. Exactly. I agree 100% with her, for sure. And this is why I say a lot of times they don't want what they say they want. You say you want a marriage, you want a family, you want this, but when, and I'm not saying because I'm married or because anybody that's married has all the answers. I'll tell y'all in a heartbeat, hell no, I don't have all the answers. I learn something new every damn day. I am not the expert. Sometimes I wonder how the hell did I get here? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did because looking at my history, I would say upbringing, the history of where I was raised, what I was not taught or what I was taught, you would think that I would be not married and married this long in a successful, what I consider for sure a successful marriage. Child, I should be a single mother somewhere, still like everybody else, trying to figure it out based on where I came from. But it doesn't always work out like that, because I'm not my mother. I'm not my surroundings. I'm not, part of my environment. I don't subscribe to a lot of things that I saw, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do something differently. But does that make me an expert? Does that make me all righteous? Hell no, nowhere near it. I tell y'all all the time, listen, I am flawed. I got issues. And so does my husband. He got issues too. We all got issues, hell. But guess what? Do I love him? Hell yes. Hell yes. Flaws and all. Yeah, you get on my nerves sometimes. I probably get on his low key, but he don't never act like it though. But who cares? Look, I wouldn't trade him for the world. That's my husband. I love him, flaws and all, because it's more than that. And I know who he is as a person. I know who he is. I know his heart. I know where he's. I know that what he's committed to, and I know him. So this is why I always say it's important to know who you're dealing with. Know who the person is, good and bad, and know what you can accept and what you cannot. But you learn that up front. Get to know the person enough to know if y'all are compatible in that way. And I would never say, because a lot of times women push, these men, they got to learn this and they got to do this. Okay, maybe that's true, but so do we. We're not perfect as women. We got a lot of things we need to change and work on too. That's all I be saying, baby. They be coming for me though. Or she'll pick me. Oh my God, she just sent out and bash women. All right, okay, cool. That's your opinion. And I'm going to keep giving mine. So I just think we as women, we are not flawless. We got shit we got to work on too. And if you can't expect the man to be perfect and you still sitting here with all your trauma, all your issues that you haven't worked on, and but you want him to sit here and cater to you 24/7 while you just have the freedom to crash out and go through your issues, and you still want him to just be sitting there loving you down, but you can't offer him nothing in return. That becomes draining. Just think about if a man expected you to be that way. I don't think we could do it. I don't think I could. I couldn't just be sitting here pouring my all into somebody who don't pour anything back into me. And then, and I got issues too. As women, we couldn't deal with the stuff that we expect from men a lot of times. So that's all I'm saying. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you once again. Yeah, it's crazy. Yours, Eric TV, once again, thank you for the super chat. Says Ecclesiastics 4:9 says two are better than one, for they I get have is that what you're trying to have better wages for their labor? It's in the Bible. They don't read their duties because, and we all know. Thank you, yours, Eric TV. Even in the church, they cherry pick the scriptures that they want you to listen to. They cherry pick the things that they want to listen to and what they don't want to listen to when it comes to the Bible, child. They only want the things that they can benefit from. When you start pointing out scriptures that want to hold that would hold women accountable, oh, they don't want to hear that. Oh, somehow they have amnesia, or they don't want to. I don't know what they got, but they don't want to hear that. So they only want the ones that point to the man doing something for them. But when it's pointing to the woman and what they have to do for the man, oh, they somehow they go blind. They go blind, child. Thank you, Eric TV. I appreciate you. Being a provider ain't easy either, and it's stressful. But nobody cares about that. What's going on, Trey? Nobody care about that. As a man, you're supposed to be the provider. Shut up, be quiet, do your job. But when you tell a woman to do that, it's like, what you mean, do my job? Why how dare you tell me what I should be doing? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. Successful MD says expecting a perfect fool has become normal. Right. It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Didi, you beat the odds and did well. Yeah, I mean, listen, I say it all the time. That's why I try to give my little 2 cents. What's going on, Alexander? Clifton, how are you? I try to give my little 2 cents that maybe it could help somebody and maybe change your perspective a little bit, and maybe you could go a different direction, especially if things aren't working for you. That's it. That's all, and that's it. And a wise person once said, "Hey, when you how they put it? I don't even know who the wise person was." A wise person once said, I don't know who the hell the wise person is, y'all. I'm just somebody said, when you learn, you teach. So when you learn something, teach it. That's part of your responsibility to be in this world, to be here. You learn something, you teach it. Don't just keep it for yourself. And maybe it can help somebody. That's it. Shit. Oh my God. You changed my mind a little bit about trade shit. I don't know. You might be so full of shit. I changed your mind a little bit about marriage. I can see that it's more about compromise now. Trey, I don't believe you because you full of shit. Trey be just saying what you want to hear. Trey, I think you only say what people want to hear. I don't trust you no more. I don't know. Trey be full of shit. I'm saying, I'm standing by that 10 toes down. So I don't know, Trey. How you been, Trey? Hope all is well. Trey full of shit. I'm sorry. And I'm not convinced until I'm convinced. I think he be just saying, Trey be trolling. I be seeing him in the comments. I be seeing him on other stuff too. Trey is, I don't know. Let's continue.
Take and do it. The difference is, at this point, we finally have enough knowledge and courage in ourselves to stand up and say, I'm doing it all, but you know what? You want me to come in and screw you too? I don't think so. After a while, and it's not a matter of how many times, because I think we're human, right? But it does after a while, your body just automatically rejects. That's not a matter that we're doing that mentally. It's just overall, you're not able to react to them anymore. That's just the way that is. It's a natural thing, you know. And if they keep on not taking and stepping up to the plate and doing what they need to do, because this is supposed to be a partnership, right? And if they're not, then hey, it just doesn't happen. And I'm at this point, I'm 60 years old. I don't care. That's just pretty much where I'm at, because this is the thing. Sex to me, it's not all that anymore, because I'm more on the mental and the spiritual thing of me, doing me and putting myself together and in certain situations of making myself better, all these things, because I've given up so much. I'm 36 years in a marriage, okay? And what I know is this: after enough time, enough is enough. Okay? And that's just where it is.
What do
And
you
the other
hold
thing
on one
too,
second. What do you mean? So are you still married right now?
currently I am.
But it doesn't sound like so. But what you don't want to be there, or like what is like? Are you one leg in and one leg out?
At this point, I'm still respectable to the gentleman, right?
The gentleman.
Um,
The
Wow.
gentleman's crazy.
but I will say this, that I ain't no fool. And I don't think I know he's not stepping out on me either, okay? I know that for a fact.
Really?
But the thing of it is this: in the space that I'm in right now, baby, it is what it is.
So you just
Life
refuse to.
is being,
So let me get this right. So you
uh-huh.
refuse to sleep with him. That's done, right?
Yeah.
But why are you still under that roof though? Like that's where I'm like drawing a blank. So you're not going to
But
give me
that's
no
the
coochie.
thing. You have to, after 36 years, I gave up a career and everything to raise our kids. So it's a matter of, I have to rebuild myself now.
And so he
Okay?
is he supposed.
See, this is what I be talking about. This is the bullshit. So she said after 32 years, so she obviously must have been married to this man for quite some time. She's 60 years old. At 60, she's still legally married, still in the household with her husband. They raised kids together. But for whatever reason, she said he didn't step out on her. Did I hear that correctly? She said he didn't step out on her. She know that. So whatever issues that they're having, she's on a public podcast talking to strangers about her husband. She called her husband the gentleman. So she's made it known to him, even though they're legally still married, still in the household together, she's not giving him any loving because she's checked out for whatever reason. She said he didn't step out, but what is the issue? And why is she still in that marriage? See, this is what I'm saying. You'll stay there because you know it's beneficial for you to be there, right? Because he's probably taking care of everything. But you done checked out mentally. You don't want to give him any loving. You're not really into him anymore. You don't want to be there, but you're there because he can take care of everything. So this is why I say a lot of women will use men for the benefits that they can offer, but you don't really want to be there. So the same way women will tell men, if you don't want to be there, then leave. Well, she needs to get her ass up and leave. It's not nobody's. You don't. So you what do you want him to do? Like, I don't. Why won't you get up and leave? See, this is the thing. Or just why don't you figure out the issues in your marriage and work them out? For God's sakes, you're 60 years old. What do you think is waiting outside for you at 60? I'm just saying. Night Call 411, thank you for the super chat once again, says, if single black mothers raise black boys into men, a good man, many men raised by single mothers would fit that ideal man role and be Casanova/perfect men today. So why aren't men the ideal man today? Because single mothers don't raise ideal good black men or good men. Because you don't say black because they don't. That's the statistics show that most single mothers don't raise good black men. Now, every woman that's raised a child or man, young boy by themselves, it doesn't mean that they all turn out bad. No, so there are some single mothers who have raised sons who turn out good, but the majority of them don't. The majority statistics say the majority of single mother-led households, the children have issues. So the issue is a lot of them aren't raised to be good men. That's the thing. A lot of them have issues. They lack certain things that they could only get from their fathers that they weren't raised with. So there's a deficit there. And this is why we say a lot of the young men that are coming up, and the exact same men that these women are complaining about, were mostly raised by single mothers because they're calling these men sassy. Oh my God, these men don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do that. Why? Because they didn't have fathers in their lives to teach them that. So yeah, and they're at a deficit. So they either have to have male mentors or men to teach them how to do manly things because their mothers. To me, a woman can't raise a man, a young boy to be a man. They have to get that insight from a man. This is why two parents are necessary, and this is why two parent households. Statistics say that two parent households raise children who are a little bit more aware or better off versus and single father led households versus single mother led households, because especially with boys, you can't. I don't know how to teach a boy how to be a man. That's what his father is for, right? To teach them what men go through. I'm not a man. I don't. Men and women are different, so we don't go through the same things men go through. So really, that's the reason why a lot of the women who have raised these single young men, these men are lacking in certain areas, and this is what the women are complaining about. But they don't want to also accept the fact that children need both parents, that single mothers leave their children in a deficit because you can't teach that boy how to be a man, and your daughters need to have and experience that love from their father so they'll understand the nature of men and how men are and what to look for in a man, at least. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is perfect. We all gonna have issues, but at least you have that father's presence there. It wouldn't be a one-sided deal where you don't understand the perspective of a man. You only see the perspective of women because that's all you've been around. That's all you've raised. You've been raised up under. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is why they don't actually. But thank you, Night Call 411. I appreciate you. Right. Yeah. Could you imagine if single dads were saying, I'm raising a girl into a woman? It doesn't even logically make sense. It doesn't. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But women, you know, believe that they can raise their boys and to be these young kings and know everything. But you can't teach a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. We just can't. I mean, we can have some idea of what it's like to be a man. We can't really put ourselves in. I can't put myself in the shoes of a man. I'm not a man, and things are different for women and men. There's certain things women can do that men can't. There's certain things that women benefit from that men don't. There's certain, I'm just not a man. I understand men, and I think that's something you either have to learn or something you was raised to be able to do. And a lot of times when you have a father in your life, at least you understand your father. At least you understand a male perspective in some capacity, But to not have that and to not be taught by your father what it is to be a man and how to go through life as a man, that's not something that a woman could do. And women don't teach that because they can't. And so this is why a lot of these young men are lacking certain qualities because they didn't have their fathers teaching them. Let's continue.
Supposed to wait for you to rebuild yourself, though?
I don't care what he waits on. That's up to him.
So what I'm asking is, why are you under that roof, though, knowing that you don't want to deal with this man anymore?
Because the unfortunate part about it, my mother isn't here, so I don't have really anywhere to go at this
Right,
particular
but
point.
but friend, this is what I'm trying to say, and this is where I talk about a sense of entitlement, right? And I'm just
That's
being
not
real.
entitlement.
Can I be real with you for a second?
Go ahead.
So you were married for 36 years, but you've been out of love with him for quite some time. You have not been wanting to deal with him for a long. So I counsel thousands of women. So like on the side of me doing like this right here, this is for fun. How I pay my bills and buy my homes and things like I counsel thousands of women. So one thing that you'll learn when you hear women speak about relationships, whenever they lead with the how long they've been with somebody, that's why they're typically staying. If they say, I've been with that man 25 years, because of the time invested, that's why they're there. Or they'll mention the children. These are the two reasons why people stay in dead end trifling relationships. The third reason, right, is a situation like yours to a certain extent, right? Where you give a man your best years. You give him, you trade in your dreams, your ambitions, you let, and no disrespect, because you're a beautiful lady, but you let your body go, you let your parts of your, you let part, not you, I'm just speaking in general, sweetheart.
Okay.
You let parts of your sanity go, and then you just get to a point where you're just going with the motions. Happiness was gone a long time ago. So I get while you're at a point where you're like, I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not giving you no coochie. And I'm going to sit in this house because I don't like you. Because a part of you feels like he owes it to you to let you figure it out. You don't feel that way?
No, I don't feel at this particular point. I'm being real honest with you. The only thing he does owe me is the time for me to take and get myself up on my feet.
That's what he
I
just
He
just said
does
said.
owe me
that.
that. He does owe me that.
But he don't. He
How
gave
come
you
he don't?
36 years.
How come he don't? Now, when I've taken care of everything in this house for him, that's a lie.
This, see this is the shit we be talking about. It's a one-sided deal. I say it all the time. So you ain't been in that relationship for 36 years by your goddamn self. Y'all was in the relationship together. She, by her own admission, said that he didn't step out on her or any of that. So whatever issues y'all have, y'all can't work them out. And it was 36 years of his life too, goddamn it. Why is it that a lot of women only see themselves? That man was in that relationship with you, ma'am. And if you sitting under the roof now that he's paying for, and you didn't, you apparently you've given raised the kids, and you've done everything you're supposed to do as a wife and a mother, but he owe you something. He was right telling her you think he owe you something, but what do you owe him? It's not like he was sitting there twiddling his thumbs. I'm pretty sure he's provided and done all those things too. He did what he was supposed to do, and you was doing what you were supposed to do. But now he owe you something in the end because you want to leave and you had a problem for whatever reason. That he was like, you act like he was an invisible participant. He was there too. He sacrificed 30 something years of his life too. But he not asking, and he's still letting you sit there. I wonder if he knows her feelings. Because she on a podcast. This is why you shouldn't be on these podcasts telling your business like that. Your personal business with this man hear this. I mean, look, I wouldn't be, look, if he said, get the hell up out of here. All right, I'm going to get a divorce and you got to get out. I'm going. Then what? She'll be on there crying, wolf, acting like a victim. Oh my God, but look how she's blatantly, she don't want this man. You don't want him no more, but you still sitting there. And now he got to sit here and you 60 years old. Man, what kind of job and getting yourself together are you planning on doing? And how long you gotta wait? How long you gotta wait? See, this is what I say. This is delusional mindset of women, and this is how they think, and they want everybody else to co-sign their behavior when I don't think that that's right. Let's continue.
Melly, go ahead, Melly. Maybe you heard something matter of fact, one second, man. Crystal, you had something you wanted to say? Hold on, Crystal.
Oh, I was just about to say, when she was saying that she was staying there, that's what I was talking about. It's beneficial and settling. Like, girl, let that man go.
She can't afford to.
Baby, it's cheaper to be by yourself. I promise you. I left my
It's
husband.
coming. It's coming. Please don't think this isn't something that's
No, hear
minor
me out,
in
right?
regards to what.
And
Yeah,
I don't want to be
I
all
got it.
Lady, get your ass up out that house and leave that man alone. 60 years old. Clearly, it's not a domestic situation. I would assume, Because there's no way you would be sitting up there and have the freedom and the audacity to go on a podcast and talk about this if you was getting your head knocked in between the washer and the dryer. That wouldn't happen. Because somewhere during this video, he would have popped up. I'm just saying, I'm not for that. I'm just saying. People be talking about these domestic situations, but these crazy men that really do it, baby, he would have popped up while she was on that goddamn camera and knocked her head between the what? Between that microphone and that lamp. I'm just saying. So that clearly is not a problem. You know, y'all ever seen people who are been around people who actually get abused? Like they don't care who's standing around, they don't care. They will knock your head in between the wash and dry right while people are looking. I'm just saying. I've never been in a domestic violence situation. I've never had to deal with that, thank God. But I've seen people who have. And those kind of guys are bold. They don't care because they don't care. They're crazy. So when people are crazy, they don't think logically. They don't care. They're crazy and they're gonna act it out and they don't care who around there dare you to say something. So people who've been around them situations, you know, it's sort of like the what's her name? That movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? You know, when she said something wrong when she was in the booth, you know, and then he just walked up and then smacked the hell out of her, and everybody just started getting out. Cause they know this, you know, he's crazy. We ain't gonna even argue. We're just looking at it like, ooh, I feel bad for her, but let me get the hell up out of here. You know what I mean? And knock your head in between the washer and the dryer, the lamp, the TV, with everybody watching. So we know there's no that DV going on in that situation. She's too comfortable and she don't look like it. So that ain't the issue. She say he didn't step out on her, so he ain't cheating. So what's the damn problem that at 60 years old, 32 something years of marriage, y'all can't figure out? Because seem like he might be okay with working on it. She wants to leave, and that's a typical thing. Most women are the ones who get in their feelings and want to leave. Now you sitting up here trying to wait. What you wait for, girl? It ain't like, you know, we got a lifetime. How much more time you want to give you? That's an excuse. She probably still be sitting there because where you gonna go? Where you gonna go at 60? But if the gag would be a gag if he decides, okay, let me get the hell up out of here. You stay here. I'm gone. I'm not paying not another damn bill. Then she gonna feel some kind of way. Always in the feelings. But this is crazy. Crazy, crazy. Let's continue.
Extra sentimental and stuff like that. But hear me out. I left him. Battling cancer, radiation, everything. I left him. And I left the kids. Because it's time for me to pour into myself. Pour into yourself. You ain't giving him no coochie anyway. You're just a placeholder.
Ooh. Ooh.
That's all I wanted to say. Just let him be.
Okay, Melly Mel.
What's happening, King?
I mean, what did you hear today? What did you hear this evening?
I hear a bunch of foolishness. To be honest with you, man, I'm trying to I'm trying to be cool. I was going to fall back in the comment. This some bullshit.
It is.
This some bullshit. And I don't mean to try to come up with truth. You know what it is with me, man. This is some bullshit. Ladies, respectfully, especially the last young lady, I agree with her. You really on some BS type time too, because you really just stand there probably for benefits. I don't know, but it sounds like that's what you do. You just stand there just because of what you ain't even really giving no good explanation on why you staying there. You playing. Do you agree with me on? Do any of y'all ladies even agree with me on
No,
that?
no, no, no. I think
I
that
don't agree because
whatever
unless
her
you know me
No,
reasoning
no.
personally,
is,
then you would understand why I'm here. So
Sweetheart, I listened to you just sit up there and say that you've been doing for all these years. We ain't got to, we can roll the tape back. But the fact of the matter is, sweetheart, we already know how the rules is. We grown here. If you're not happy in the situation, what do you even say for it, for, I'm assuming your kids. If y'all not happy, y'all normally do what?
Leave.
Bounce, right? You literally just sat up here for a
I'm
couple
not
minutes
one
and
like
moved to
that
go.
though. I was never one like that. I'm sorry.
What? So what's your actual reason that you're staying there? You're using it?
No, now my reasoning is, and this has only been, if you want to be honest with you, that it's been a thing that it's really everything came to a head. So in reference to that, it ain't like I've been living like this for some years and some time. It was a matter of, and yes, probably some buildup, but still, as of yet, it's human. And I'm sorry, I've always been a one woman, a one man woman. So I'm not just gonna bounce out and that kind of thing.
So
And
you're gonna
then
keep using
don't,
when you don't want to be there?
excuse
Come
me.
on. So you're gonna keep using when you really don't want to be there? You
Who's
literally just
using
told.
him? How am I using him? You tell me, how am I using him?
Are you happy with him?
I'm sorry.
Are you happy with him?
No, I'm not. So how am I using him though? Could you
Because
please
you're
tell
under
me
his
that?
roof while he's paying the bills and you're not trying to give up no coochie and you don't like him. You're using
Uh,
him.
excuse me, but if I invested just as much, how am I
Man, you
using
invested
him?
time, not
Man,
money. It's not the same. Get out of here.
what
Enough's enough.
yo,
Ma'am,
sis,
enough. I had enough. Now I tried to let her be great. What did you invest? You're not giving up no coochie. You don't like me. You call me gentleman. You call me gentleman, but you under my roof with no coochie on somebody's live. You're on somebody's live dissing me under my roof, and that's not a sense of entitlement? Am I the only one that's hearing this shit?
no, I was trying that. That's why I had to jump up here. You can't make this up. Now that was crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fam. That I couldn't take it.
But see, but that's why you hear women saying, "Oh my God, a man will steal your youth." What you mean? What you mean? If y'all are in a relationship together, and if both of y'all are relatively young together, how is he stealing your youth and you not stealing his? A relationship is it takes two. Why I don't understand it. It's just the weirdest shit ever. How is a woman? How can a woman think that a man is stealing something from them when they have all of the expectations from you? When you in your 20s, most of these women ain't got no whole lot of money. And even if you want to say the man ain't got a 20-year, 19-year, 20, 22, 23, they don't have no whole lot of money. Neither one of y'all. These women act like they sitting up here balling in their 20s and the man has just got $0 and he's still in your youth though. But they act like they got everything together and the man don't when they're that young. If you listen to a lot of these women and what they're saying and the conversations that are being had, the shit doesn't make sense to what they're saying. When you're young, how is he stealing your youth and you're not stealing his? Because they in their mind they've made themselves believe that, oh, he's getting everything he can from me and you're getting nothing from him. There's no expectations for you to get something from him. I don't understand. It's just stupid, y'all. Night Call, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Dee, hard question. What would you say are three things today that has, I guess, contributed to women's delusional thinking becoming law or factual the way today? Feminism, delusional thinking, this independent mindset. That's the few I could think of. This modern woman mentality that a man owes them something, that a man is supposed to be the protector and the provider, and all things through Christ that strengthens them. This mindset that a man has to be perfect, he has to bring it all to the table, he has to be upstanding, he has to be top tier, he has to be everything, and then a woman could just be overweight, delusional, selfish, manly, masculine, independent at the same time. She don't have to be a traditional. Like, that is the delusional aspect of society. Hell, social media has definitely played into this idea that a man has to be damn near rich. These false images of what women and men should be, and typically is always what the man should be and how he should show up, while the women could just be as mediocre as possible. This idea that men should not have standards, but women can have all the standards in the world. And a man is supposed to just acquiesce to her because that's what men are supposed to do. Just be foolish and run behind women, and he has to be the chase, and while she can run away and she can play him and play games and she can have multiple men in her phones, a roster, and a man has to be upstanding, focus on one woman, chase behind her while she chase Tom, Dick, Harry, Pookie, Ray Ray, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky. It's the delusional mentality is at the top. This feminist mindset that you don't need a man, but you want one, and he should be appreciative and happy to be with you. And you should pour your wallet out openly for every woman that you date, every woman, give her rent money, give this one that, do this, do that, whatever they want, you're supposed to provide as a man. the delusional mentality, the feminist thinking, the independent woman, I don't need a man mindset, the selfish, entitled mentality, all of that plays into why women think the way they think and why it's such a big mess. All of that, social media, and on top of all of that, because women have been thinking this way for a long time, social media has really like pushed it forward and made it easier to be seen, and just maybe made a lot of these women even more entitled because they can see more of it. You can easily just go on your phone and boom, there's women talking about what you should expect from a man. This fake lifestyle that they push out here on social media. This fake idea of women doing so great and they don't need a man, but they still out here begging and crying for one. And then you want him to come and take care of you fully, but you don't think traditional values apply to you as women. All of that has helped to make these women more delusional and put them in the mental space that they are now. And this is why a lot of relationships are suffering because of it, because they don't see the real value in a man. You don't see the real values that contribute to a relationship. They just think it's all about money. I say it all the time. Money is not the main contributor to relationships. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You can have all the money in the world and that relationship still will fail. So a man can have all the money in the world, a woman can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the real tools that are necessary to make a relationship work and you're not working on it, then it's never going to work. You just got money. That's it. So yeah, I think social media, the feminist mindset, this independent mindset, these elitist, selfish, entitled mental capacity that a lot of these women have has definitely contributed to a lot of the downfall of relationships, because they won't accept the man if he ain't 6 feet tall, he don't show his bank account, because how else you gonna know how much money he make? If he don't show his bank account to prove to you that he makes a lot of money, they're not interested. It's none of what's happening in today's society is contributing to healthy, stable relationships. The main things that matter are the main things that these people don't want to do. And that's why you'll just be by yourself, and that's fine. And my thing is this, if you want to be by yourself, kudos to you. Ain't nothing wrong with being by yourself if that's what you're happy with. Just don't complain about the shit. And don't blame anybody for your choices. If that's what you choose, I can respect and love people's choices. Just why y'all still complaining? If we got all these independent boss chicks who happy and you don't need a man, you happy. Why y'all complaining? Y'all making it look bad for the rest of the Body Crew Society members who constantly are saying they don't need a man. Y'all making it look bad for them. Y'all, once again, y'all need to call that meeting. Y'all need a meeting so y'all can come together and be on the same page, because it's just saying it ain't adding up. Thank you, Night Call. Once again, I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Yeah, but this woman in this video she using that man. You don't want to leave because that's your support system. But you don't like what's going on, but nor are you trying to work it out based on what she said. Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat. Says, what Geraldine Ruthian Azalea talking about now, child? Child, it's yeah, they talking about leaving her man at 60 years old. She said he didn't cheat on her. He must pay the bill. She don't have nowhere to go. But you talking about him in a negative way, calling him that gentleman on the phone. So y'all in the house and you just wanting to leave. And that's funny because he didn't leave her. She don't want to sleep with him. She don't want to touch him. She don't like him. And he's still there. It shows you how women operate. Thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. But this is how a lot of women operate across the board. And even the older ones at 60 years old, that's what I say. This whole idea at 60, I need a man to accept me for who and what I am and understand, who and all this kind of bullshit. No, men don't have to accept or understand a goddamn thing. These men don't have to accept you for anything if they don't want to. That's the part they don't realize, but they starting to. Men don't have to do what y'all say. I think a lot of men have done what women have said too because they wanted to. Because they like, okay, I'm going to do what she said because I like her. Or I'm going to get some coochie. And I want to get that coochie. So, yeah, I'll appease her. I'll give her what she wants because I know what I want. And as long as I make her feel good, I can keep, tapping that. I can keep getting my rights. I can keep getting what I want. That's why men do it. But do they have to? Hell no. That's the part I think women forget. You don't control a man like the way you think, and that's what pisses them off. They think they control a man. They think that coochie control a man. Now, maybe you could say it's control to a degree, but these men aren't stupid. They know what they want from you, and they know if you get mad, like women will do, they'll tell you no. If they get mad, if you make them mad, they won't give you the loving. So they like, damn, I don't want to piss her off. Shit, I really want me some tonight. So I'm not gonna piss her off. So let me go ahead on and just appease her. Let me go ahead and give her what she wants. Even though I don't feel like doing this shit, but I'm gonna do it because damn it, I really want me something tonight. If I didn't really want it, what they said, if women didn't have a vagina, they really be cooked. If women didn't have a vagina, baby, they would have been found out a long time ago. That, men don't be really caring about the stuff that they be talking about. Now, I'm not saying you don't care about your woman if you got a woman, but come on now. This is why they do it. This is why women try to withhold the loving from the man, because they know, that in some cases it might get them what they want. It's just a lot of this stuff. But at the end of the day, these men don't have to do none of this. And hell, there's all sorts of ways that you can, that you can get loving. Like you can go and there's ways to get it if you want to do that. And you don't want to hear the talking and the BS behind it. Hell, there's options for men. You don't have to be deal with no nagging, bitter woman. You don't have to. You're not married to her. Y'all in a relationship, just dating. You don't have to deal with whatever you want to. You don't have to deal with her mouth. You can go and get what you want and be satisfied and keep it moving. And there's no commitment. There's no talking back. There's no all this playing games. Men don't have to do that. That's the part that women don't understand. But they gonna find out, because with these modern real life dolls and AI and all this kind of stuff, child, and trust me, there's all kind of stuff, baby. You could go online, baby, and you can there's some things that y'all can get. If you just want to relieve yourself, there's ways to do it. More than one. And these women don't like that idea because they know it leaves them hanging. And they can't play these games no more. Especially if you're in a marriage with a husband and you withholding, I think that's diabolical, in my opinion. I don't think that's what you should be doing. Why? I thought being married and having your man is a caveat, and being able to be with him whenever you want is supposed to be a good thing. But anyway, that's just me. Maybe I'm from the old school and that don't apply. I'm just saying. Successful Emily says they are crazy. These women lay down for crab legs. Right. That's crazy. Oh my God. That's crazy. It just don't make sense, y'all. But child, they trying to make it make sense.
I couldn't take it. You ain't gonna tell me that goofy type shit. So if my man see this, you gonna tell me that he should be like, well, sweetheart, we can't even call you babe because you don't like him.
Maybe she feels like that was her part in her relationship. They've been married, we're talking about 36 years, right?
And you're not
So
happy.
there was, and you're not happy. And so many people, even come on, like our parents.
And you're not giving it. You're not happy. You're not giving no sex. You're not giving up anything but just space.
Let her land her plane though, because
what I'm saying to you is she feels maybe that her 36 years, her part in her 36-year marriage, whether it was good, bad, ugly, indifferent, that was their thing. She chose to stay. And it's really sad that here we are, because we watched, my parents have been married. I'm 50. My parents have been married 54 years. Can I sit here right now and say, and they're still together? Am I going to say, oh, every day has been peaches and creams and the grass was green and the sky was blue? No, I'm sure they had their share of stuff.
But that's what marriage is. That's what relationships are. It says for better or worse, sickness and health, till death do you part. That's what it's supposed to be, ups and downs. Why do y'all? It is senseless to bring that up. Or I'm sure they've had. That's what the hell a relationship and marriage is. Who told y'all marriage supposed to be perfect? That's the problem today. People are looking for perfection in everything, and they're not perfect themselves. Which is, oh my God, I don't understand why that's so hard to accept and understand. That, a relationship is, especially a marriage, that when you commit to that, you've committed to going through life with the person, no matter the ups and the downs. That's your commitment to one another. That's why, you shouldn't get married if you're not willing to do that. If you know that you don't want to adhere to another person and consider what they're saying and have to deal with them and deal with their bullshit and all that, even though you love somebody, but sometimes you gotta, if you commit to dealing with them and going through life with them, that's what it's all about. I don't understand why women keep arguing that point. But once again, women are the only ones who could change their mind and change the program to fit their narrative. And after this, I want to play a little short clip that shows you that it's a dilute something. It's a mental block, y'all. I swear there's a mental block in how some of these women think. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm gonna play you something after this to show you.
But we've watched our parents, we've watched our grandparents since I was a young girl. You don't leave your husband. You understand? And then now we have this internet, right? The internet has entered the chat now, and now our later part of life, and it gives everybody so many options. There's so much out there. The grass is always greener. There's another man, there's another woman. You can have them any color, any
You
size, any
can.
shape.
You
You
can if
can
your shit
literally
together.
now. Yeah, it's not
If
taboo
your shit
anymore. You're right,
together.
but I'm just
So
saying maybe
so
she feels like that because she's put in
right.
what her expectation was for her 36 years.
Rebel. So I want to show
Yeah,
you something, and I want you to really be able to be taught tonight. So I'm going to teach you tonight.
yeah, please do.
The word that you keep using is a word that most women use, right? And it's I feel. I feel. Feelings are not accurate. It's just an
Right.
emotion, right? So feelings are not logical. These are just emotion. It's not logical. I feel like you should have. It doesn't mean shit. Feelings don't do anything for you. She's letting her emotions override her intellect.
Yes, her
You,
situation, yes.
her. Let me finish.
I'm
She
sorry.
decided for 36 years, right? To be with a man, not have any money, not have anything going for herself, and now she's in a position where she's stuck. She can't leave. So to sit right, because she's a 60-year-old woman, not a 20-year-old woman, not a 35-year-old, not a 45. She's 45 plus 15 years. She knew 20 years ago. She knew at 40, this isn't right for me to be a grown ass woman and I can't stand on my own. So you spoke about the grandfathers and the fathers before that and the parents and the relationships before that. I guess what? Our great, 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 great grandparents were slaves. Should we be that too? Our great, great, great parents was doing heroin. Should we do that too? My mom's mom smoked crack. Should we do that? Like, so you're talking about, well, this is what we seen. The only thing in this world that is consistent is that things are going to change. So I blame her, right? And I blame her for not being a fucking adult. And now it's biting her in her ass. You have to understand, right? And we can try to downplay the guy and we can try to make him out to be a monster. You are sitting in that man's house, right? No matter how you may view him, you are in his home that he goes out every day, breaks his back to provide for. You came on a public platform to diss a nigga that you can't afford to leave. On top of dissing a man that you cannot afford to leave, you're dissing a man that you cannot afford to leave, and you're publicly humiliating him, saying, I'm not giving him no ass. I'm not going to give him no ass, and I'm going to stay under this roof until I get ready to leave. Huh? I would have gave her the boot to the back tonight. Tonight, get you and all of this shit going tonight. Anyway, ladies, what's up? Talk to me. Talk back. Oh,
Listen, I ain't mad at him. And he's absolutely right. Like that is diabolical. That is crazy work. But this is the mentality of a lot of women. Unfortunately, they don't see the other side. They only see themselves. You only see that you put in 30 something years and he didn't. He's right there with you. And I'm pretty sure you've given him hell over the years and require certain things from him. And he's been there the whole time. It's not like he walked away. And now here you are. The kid's probably grown at this point. She's 60, so the kids are grown. So she's not there. Now she's sitting there just coasting and not trying to work it out and feeling entitled. Like that's why these women walk away. You sitting there because he's a provider and he's probably been a provider. And it's a selfish mentality. It's based off of selfishness and feelings, which are two things that don't relate to reality and logic. And this is how a lot of women operate. And this is why men are moving the way they're moving. And this is why a lot of these people will stay single. Captain K, man, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, my parents was married over 50 years before my father passed. And to see them reminiscing about the good and bad about the past while laughing was everything. Exactly, Captain K, man. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. People are on here talking about thank you, Captain K, man, money and 6 feet tall, and he gotta be all this other shit. That throw that away. It is, if this is, things are shifting and things are changing. The way people view relationships and men and women and all that, it's just changing for the worse. At the end of the day, the whole point of establishing a relationship or marriage with two people is building a life together, y'all. All that other stuff don't matter. Building a life together, loving each other, creating memories. You build a family, you raise a family, to have your kids and watch them grow and all of that, and live life until you can't live it anymore. That is the ultimate goal. And that your kids grow up and then when you're long gone, they go through the scrapbooks of the pictures and the memories and the anniversaries and the birthdays and the trips and the family reunions, all of life. That's what life is all about, creating memories. We don't have you're not here forever. It has to end at some point. So all this wasting time, it's a bunch of time that people are wasting thinking about superficial shit that don't matter. All these trips and all this by yourself. At some point, they're going to get tired of that. I don't need a man with a 9 to 5. The stuff that I hear is just so senseless. They're really lost in the sauce. And by the time they realize the child, they're going to be 60, 70 years old saying, what the hell happened? Life to pass me by. I need a man to take me shopping. I need a man to take me shopping. Where's the shopping? You want a man to take you shopping and all of this other stuff. And by the time you looking for that, ain't no take you shopping at 60. Let's keep it real. Who want to take you shopping at 60? What you shopping for? What do you need at 60? Come on now. So, it's just one of these things that's making women specifically more delusional, and you're missing out. You actually miss. Time is moving fast, y'all. Today, tomorrow's here. Friday, next Friday is already here. Time is moving fast. You're getting older. Time ain't standing still for nobody. I remember when my kids were all small. The majority of them are grown. I'm like, where did the time go? Time ain't standing still for nobody. If you don't figure it out and get what it is you want out of life, it will pass you by real quick. So that, and that's just, and some people get it, some people don't. And for the ones who don't get it, it's unfortunate because you're missing out. Captain Caveman says, I ain't got no garage space for them two kazoo players. You stupid. Why would you? You are a mess, baby. They too big for the garage space? Oh, that's for the kids, remember? You are a hot mess, baby. Thank you for the super chat, Captain K-Man. Captain K-Man, and you in that garage space? Child. Yes, Lord. Oh, my God. Night call 411. Thank you for the super chat, says. He's stupid. My concern is that being single for 8 to 15 years, people may become so accustomed to living alone that cohabitating and adjusting to a relationship can become more challenging and may be unable to adjust. Oh, facts. Straight facts, Night call. Facts. Facts. That's just why when they say when the older you get, the more difficult it's going to be to establish and maintain a relationship. Why? Because you become set in your ways. You have built a certain lifestyle and a certain way of living for yourself. So it's going to be difficult to invite somebody else into that lifestyle or either you into theirs because you've become accustomed to your way of living. And it's going to be difficult. You're used to doing things a certain way. That person has their way of doing it, and bridging the gap, like coming together as you get older is almost, almost impossible. I think it's possible, but I'm saying almost because people get used to living a certain way. And once you've gotten accustomed to that over the years, it's going to be hard for you to do things any other way. This is why you're supposed to, In my opinion, this is why I always recommend starting young with somebody. That way you build time over time, y'all. You become accustomed to living together and being together. And so you've created your own way of living together. And so this is why people who have been married, they always say men who have been married for years and maybe their wife passed away, and they'll typically go and find them another wife because they don't want to live alone because they've been accustomed to living with somebody. So they'll usually go find another wife, because or look for another wife because they're used to that way, and vice versa. So people who have been single for a lot of years, it's difficult for them to cohabitate with somebody else. So yeah, that's why they say it's best to start when you're young and you build with that person because now you're used to being with somebody. So yeah, that definitely is a thing. Night Call 411. Thank you once again for the support. I appreciate you. Yeah, it is definitely real. Captain Caveman says hot water bottle and vinegar shopping. I'm done. Thank you, Captain Caveman. He said, "No, who going? Captain Caveman. Why would you? Why would you do that? That hot water vinegar bottle is real. Why would you? Come on now. Well, successful MD, I do now. The correlation between caveman and garage. Hell, I guess I get it now. Successful MD. Oh no, y'all a mess, child. Anyway, y'all, let's move on. I want to get to this little clip I want to show you that shows you the one-sidedness of women and why there's a some type of, I don't know what you want to call it, in these women. But listen to this. Captain Caveman says, I have a song request. Love Should Have Brought You Home. I love that song. Thank you. That's one of my favorite songs, by the way. Thank you, Captain Caveman, child. I'm not singing it, though. It ain't going to sound the same. Even though I can sing a little bit. And oh my God, I'm thinking about making a song. I'm trying to get my husband to write me a song for me to sing. Stay on the lookout for that, y'all, because that may happen. I'm thinking, because I did a song before. I'm thinking about doing another one, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it. But stay tuned for that. We shall see how. That's a lot of work. Let's just stay tuned for that, y'all. But check this out, y'all. Listen.
Wrong for a man to not want to date a woman who's 5'4" and weighs 200 pounds.
I mean, yeah, if it's simply off of that, then yeah.
Because
if he likes her in all the other ways and his only deal breaker is weight, I don't think that's right.
Hold on, let me rewind it back. It moved too fast. Listen to this, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Hold on, hit the like button. Listen to this.
Wrong for a man to not want to date a woman who's 5'4" and weighs 200 pounds.
I mean, yeah, if it's simply off of that, then yeah.
Because
if he likes her in all the other ways and his only deal breaker is weight, I don't think that's right.
Now, he asked her, just to make it clear, because the first part was cut off. Is it wrong for a man to, I guess, dismiss a woman for her weight, for how much she weighs? Is it wrong for him to disqualify her for that? And she said, basically, yeah, it's wrong if he's just solely focused on her weight or whatever, right? So let's continue.
How tall? 5'7"?
5'8".
5'8". Okay, would it be wrong for her to reject a guy who's 5 foot tall?
I mean, no, because that's her preference.
So he asked her, would it be wrong for a man to disqualify a woman because of her weight? She 300 pound, big back, She's saying yes, it would be wrong for him to solely disqualify her for her weight. Then turn around and ask her, does she think it would be wrong for a man to disqualify a woman? Wait. What'd she say? So it's wrong for a man to disqualify her for her weight, but is it wrong for a woman to disqualify a man because of his height? And she said, no, that's her preference. It's like, what the hell is going on? Is the brain cracked to where you only see one side? Like, what is going? Has some circulation been cut off? What in the world is going on? What in the world? Look at this. And when they saying it, they're looking like with this glaze in their eyes, like they're being mind controlled or something. Like,
Then yeah.
Or, well, a
Because if
woman-
he likes her in all the other ways and his only deal breaker is weight, I don't think that's right.
You're how tall? 5'7"?
8.
5'8". Okay, would it be wrong for her to reject a guy who's 5 foot tall?
I mean, no, because that's her preference.
y'all, you cannot make this up. This is why I say, baby, something is not right. It's not right. Women can have all the preferences in the world, but a man cannot. Oh, it's wrong if he has a preference. Why would he exclude her because she's 300 pounds? Oh my God, that's fat shaming. But then turn around, if a woman, is it right for a woman to exclude a man because he's 5 foot tall? He's short, but he might be a good guy. Is it wrong for you to solely disqualify him on his height? Oh no, there's nothing wrong with that, because she should be able to have her preferences, child. Baby, I this is why I say, this is why men are running away. They don't have time for this foolishness. I would run away too. That's no way. As soon as you hear this dumb foolishness, you just turn around and go to, don't say a word. You don't got to say shit to them. Turn around and just keep running fast, and let them stand there. They're going to have to figure this out on their own. This is not something that men have to figure out, and men have to, this is why I say women have the most work to do. We all got work to do, but I think women have the most because of this way of thinking. So most men don't want to have to deal with this. Men are to a point to where they're like, oh, I'm too old for this. I don't want, leave it to the young men, I guess. And the young men don't even want to deal with it. But what I'm saying is, this is why, they're saying that the men can't, if we talking about the black community with this foolishness, it ain't up to the men to fix this mentality. How y'all gonna fix, how men are gonna fix the way women think? How you gonna get in their head? They don't want to hear what you got to say. They don't even want to listen to the truth. So how anybody gonna get into their heads and make them see? You would have to reprogram them, baby. Who got time for that? That takes years to work. It would have to be some out of the ordinary, some I don't know, like I said, Jesus and all the saints to come in and change them. And even if Jesus came to try to help him, baby, they will call him sassy and say he's gay. I'm just saying. That ain't gonna help. So if nobody can go in and program their minds to see it, it's cooked. They cooked. Because you can't change the way it's embedded. They're brainwashed. They've been conditioned to think this way, and it's gonna be, you can't change it. That's just how they don't. Something is missing. So men can't fix that. Men can't come in and fix something that don't even know it's broken. And if it's a mental thing, you can't change that. They need psychological help. You need a mental cleansing. Like, no man can't do that. So men can't fix something. It will take a miracle, and it can't. It ain't gonna happen like that. It just ain't gonna happen. It will take a miracle, and that's beyond the nature of the scope of what a man can possibly do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that ain't work. Let's move on. I got something else I want to share with you guys, if I can find it. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, you guys. Listen to this. I want to play this clip from Erica Campbell. This was something I saw earlier where they were discussing how men respond to women cheating versus how women respond to men cheating. And it also sheds a little bit of light of how different women and men are, and how women like to polarize things and how men just don't. And this is why we see more women talking about relationships and men, and how they are more vocal about these things, because women have always been more vocal and have been able to express their feelings and thoughts more than men. But it's no different when it comes to when cheating happens. We see, if a woman, we watch Meg Thee Stallion put out there that Clay cheated on her. When that was should have been a private moment, but they feel the need to put everything on social media, when a lot of men don't choose to do that. There are a lot of men that have been cheated on, been left by their women, but they don't usually post about it. But women post about all these things because they know that they're going to get empathy. They know that they're going to get sympathy, and they're going to be women who are going to, have something to say about negatively about the man and boost their egos. But let's listen to what Erica Campbell had to say about men cheating versus women cheating. Check it out.
Men cheat, women get real loud.
Yep.
When women cheat, men get quiet and they
Quiet.
leave. And so you don't have the reason ain't nobody talking about it because the other side is like, all right, another okay, I'm gonna go. Where a girl, it's her mission, it's on her page. She talking about it every day. She got T-shirts.
She
it's
found
my
the other
movement,
woman.
It's my brand, right? She got the
GoFundMe
other woman.
pages,
She
all.
going to somebody's house, like girl.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I don't think men go through it that way. They may talk about it to their circle, but they ain't broadcasting. My girl cheated on me. Ain't nobody doing
Yeah, my
The
wife.
pride issues, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a man don't want to have to admit that, damn, my woman found somebody else, right?
Right.
And I'd rather just slide out of here
Quietly and just find somebody else, build another life.
Yeah, and spite you for doing it.
Right.
Right.
So the thing is, the conversations that we've been having around this movie is the silent leaks that happen in our marriages and relationships that we don't acknowledge, right? When you're offended, when you don't like something, when you want something but you don't say something. And so it's like the love is literally seeping out like a small hole in a tire. And before you know it, your love is flat because you haven't attended to it. You kept going, we'll be all right. He didn't mean it, she didn't mean it. And you keep going. And before you know it, you go, I don't even like you no more.
Yeah, listen, shout out to her. Listen, I think what she said in reference to how when a man is cheated on is definitely the truth and different from the way women experience it or talk about it. And once again, men, have had to deal with a lot of things that they haven't expressed. And I think that's one of the things that some women complain about is because men aren't very expressive in their emotions and their feelings. But then you got to understand the perspective of a man. So what does it get? What does a man benefit out of being expressive and having a crash out about what he's going through? When men have been taught, and some would argue, oh, other men have taught them that, but it's just the nature of men. When you think men are the ones who focus on problem solving, right? Even if all of them don't operate that way, because I know the general consensus is that most men are problem solvers when some of them aren't, to be honest. But for most men who are considered to be problem solvers, they understand that there's nobody coming to help them or save them. So what's the point of expressing their feelings and their most vulnerable parts to a woman or anybody if there's no solution, if there's nothing that could really actually help them? And on top of that, they have to be concerned or worried about if that's going to be used against them at some point. And women often talk about how men go to their homeboys and maybe express things to them because they know that might be a safer place than coming to you. That there's no judgment there. They're just going to they're not going to criticize them or judge them. They're just going to listen, and maybe offer a solution. But with women sit back and listen. And at some point when they get mad, they're going to bring that up. And men don't want to be subjected to that. And then on the top of that, it's just the fact that women and men express themselves differently. We're not the same. So you can't expect a man to handle things the way you would as a woman because we're not the same. And so, it makes sense that, hey, if a woman cheats on a man, he's thinking, okay, what am I going to do? He going to either walk away and he going to go deal with it. And once again, every man is not the same. There's some men who were raised by their mothers who they're going to start bobbing their head and get mad and causing a fit. There's some that do that too. So every man isn't the same. But if we're talking about the overall consensus of how men move, that would be it. But yeah, women, because everything is acceptable by a woman, and she's looking for some type of, somebody to be in agreement with what's going on, or you looking for some type of solidarity or whatever, they're going to talk about it. They're going to broadcast it. Oh, he cheated on me. We watch Megan Thee Stallion do it, and others do it as well, and do all kinds of things and drag it out because they want to, get some sympathy points and make it seem like, oh, he was so wrong and he did this. And so everybody in the comments, girl, you can do better, like they did with the Megan Thee Stallion situation. But when women cheat, the women are silent. You don't really hear too much when they talk when a woman is the cheater. And somebody had mentioned that women cheat just as much as men probably do. I agree. I think a lot of women are foul. The men just don't know. And they're good at hiding it. But women out here just doing men dirty and they just hide it better. But I think, because women are so vocal about cheating and they make it seem like it's the worst thing ever from a man, but they don't have that same energy when women do it. It's like, oh, women get a pass. Women get a pass for doing the very same things that they say are so bad when a man does it. But this is why so many women are in this delusional space, and why so much of the things that they do that are considered negative, um, um, they don't see a problem with it because it's acceptable amongst women. Women co-sign that type of behavior, and they make them feel comfortable in saying it, and that is okay. And they accept it. But when a man does it, oh my God, cancel Christmas. The worst thing ever. But when they do the exact same thing, oh well, he must have made her do it. And anybody made you do nothing. Nobody took your body and went throw it on that man. Nobody made you pick you up and said, "Oh, go do this." No, you made the choice to do that. That's all on you. But the way it's looked at on each side is crazy to me. Johnny says by default, my default is that all women cheat. I don't believe all women cheat, just like I don't believe all men cheat, but I think a lot of them do. I for sure think a lot do, but I don't think it's all. I don't think all women cheat. There are women who don't cheat, but we know the maybe we say the majority, but I don't know. I don't think all women cheat, and I don't think all men cheat. And of course, I'm saying that because I'm not a cheater, but I do know that they exist, and I've seen a lot of women who have cheated. So I just personally think, I don't think it's all, but I do know that there are a lot of them that do, child, and they make no bones about it. They don't care. They're gonna do what they want to do. They don't care what you say. They don't care what I say. They don't care what nobody say. But let that man cheat on them. Oh my God, I've given you the best years of my life, and this is what you do me. Come on now. And I don't think women cheat in response to a man cheat. I mean, I know that happens, but I think they just cheat anyway. They can have a faithful man, they still gonna cheat. So I don't, and so I don't think it's just in response to a man cheating like they want to say. No, a lot of these women cheat on good men. If they got a good man going to work, paying the bills, loyal, good to them, doing all that, they're at home a lot of times cheating. This is why a lot of men don't trust women, because they're like, some men don't even trust their women at the house. Because women have brought men to the house. They busted their woman getting ran through on the couch with another man. That's happened. So this is why men don't even trust. That's why a man, you could say you think all women cheat, because women have been getting busted. Good man going out here working, doing the demands they say they want. See, they don't want to talk about that, see. You only want to keep portraying men in a negative light and they do everything wrong. But no, a lot of these women have a good man going to work, thinking he got a good woman at home because she is a good woman to him, but then come home from work and she getting cracked down by some, big Lonnie on top of her, and you busting on him. Big D Lonnie and but they don't want to talk about that. Then all the excuse they have, all you do is work. I thought y'all wanted providers. Men who gonna level up and take care of all the bills. So the men who go to work, take care of all the bills, that ain't enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. There's always an excuse for a woman, but there's no excuse for a man. That's the stuff that men are tired of. So yeah, they're gonna have to get it together. If they want to turn this around, it's gonna be up to the women to do it. Night Call, once again, thank you once again for the super chat. Night Call says, why do you think it's expected for men to correct women's mindset? Should women correct women? Why hasn't there been greater pushback for women, like how women push back for more rights in the 60s? Once again, Night Call, you have some really great questions. Listen, I don't know the answer to all this shit, to be honest with you, Night Call. All I know is that women are delusional, right? And women don't want to hear any correction from men or women. They don't want to hear from me. Definitely don't want to hear from you. They don't want to hear anything, because living in a delusion is much more acceptable and palatable than living in the truth, and being honest and accountable for your actions. Because see, being truthful and honest means you have to be accountable. Being delusional, you don't have to be accountable. You could just make that up as you go. You could do whatever it is that you want, and it's acceptable. And society will say, yes, girl, you can do what you want to do. First, women were saying, oh, why is a man telling women what they should be doing? Shouldn't you be telling the men? So when the men tell the men, they got a problem with that. So, but when women tell women, they got a problem with that too. You know what I mean? So you can't correct another grown woman, especially if she's got an attitude and she's, she's black. You can't tell a black woman nothing. You can't tell them anything. They don't want to hear nothing. You know what I mean? So basically, you put the information out there, you give the advice, and whoever want to accept it, and who doesn't, don't. That's how I see it. Because if I, and I've had, like I said before, I used to feel some type of way about not having more women support the channel because I'm a woman. I would love to have more conversations with women. It took me years to get a single female panel. It's not like I didn't try. It's just that women don't want to hear a lot. Not all women, but some women don't want to hear the truth. And so when they hear the truth, they take it as bashing. So to them, I'm putting them down. So why would they want to support or come on the panel and talk about it? They don't want to discuss it because they don't want to make any changes. You don't want to hear nothing. So if you don't want to hear nothing, you're not going to be able to grow and learn. Of women have who don't want to accept or learn anything or get any type of constructive criticism. And yeah, I do understand it to a degree because I think, of course, if a woman was listening to the way I talk and how I come across, it might be a little bit, they may not like it, and so they push back from it. But listen, medicine don't taste good, right? A lot of the things that are good for you don't always taste good, right? But it's helpful and beneficial to your body. And while I always say, listen, hey, don't look at me. I'm not the hierarchy on nothing. I'm not the perfect nothing. But I do think I could offer some sort of wisdom or along with experience to say, hey, sis, don't do this. Maybe try this. Well, if this ain't working for you, try this, try that. And also try to, put out there that, hey, being delusional is not necessarily where to go, ma'am, sis. That ain't really it. Come on now. You got to face your issues and work past them. But if you don't want to hear that, that's why I say you can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink. So, it don't matter who's telling it. It don't matter. Like I said, Jesus could come back and tell you what to do. They'll call him sassy and say he's gay and say he's bottom of the barrel. So, you can't get through to people like that. But there are some women who get it. There are women who get it, who understand it. So you just got to speak to the people who, coming after, because a lot of these women, older women, are already cooked. They've already made their mind up, and they're gonna get what they're gonna get. But you gotta these messages are for the next generation of young people who are looking for advice and some type of guidance. That's what it's for, and hopefully they get it, and hopefully they're not too brainwashed by their mothers into that foolishness. And that they're open to hearing something other than what they've been taught. Thank you, Night Call 411. I appreciate you. Yeah, Liddell Jefferson, thank you so much for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Says, tell it, Dee. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. All right. Thank you. But yeah, it's just a mess, y'all. A big hot mess. What's going on, Classy? You can't have a relationship where only one side is accountable. That's so true. And I say it all the time. But y'all, this is why. Thank you once again, Liddell. I appreciate you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you so much once again. Thank you. But this is why I say a lot of these women are cooked. And it is, if you can't accept the truth, if you can't be accountable in any situation, it's not gonna be good for you, is all I'm saying. But I want to play this next one, y'all. And I'm not trying to be funny with this one, but I just think this is how bad it is, y'all. This is how crazy society has become and why, so many women are single and being left out because, it's just a delusional thing. But this is another Kendra G video, y'all, that I thought was very interesting. And now I'm gonna play it, and I was hesitant about it because I'm not trying to make a fun of this lady, but it just shows you, you know, at a point in life, this wouldn't happen. But it also shows you how delusional social media has made people, and how people just feel like I say, you could be 400 pounds and think you could get a rich man and all this kind of stuff. It's just, is, social media, in my opinion, has opened up a can of worms to everybody just being able to do whatever. And I guess on one hand it's okay, but on another it's not, right? But let's look at this, y'all. Let me know what you think in the chat, y'all. Make sure you are hitting the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Ma'am. Hello there.
I'm from Jamaica.
You got me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but can you hear
Some
me?
requests. You gotta turn your camera on and then turn your mic on.
Yeah, I'm from
I can't hear you
Jamaica.
there, one wheelchair badness.
You're not hearing me?
Wheelchair. I can't hear what are you saying, sweetie D.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now, where you can find real love and your person. Available on iPhones and Android phones.
Can you hear me now?
Can y'all hear? Somebody give me. We can hear? Okay. Dang.
Can you hear me now?
All right, bet. Just I got you, sweetie.
Can you hear me now? Thank you so much.
That's all
All
I need.
right.
That's all I need.
Okay. So my name is Tatiana. I'm from Jamaica, and I would love to sing a song for you. Is that okay?
This is a dating show.
Yep. But what if I like the host? I just want to sing for the host.
You want to sing for me?
Yes.
You want to sing for me?
Uh,
You like what you see there, Tatiana?
yeah, I like what I sing, but
Go
I
ahead, give me
can't.
20 seconds. Sing to me, sweetie. Sing to me, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. I can't keep smiling when I look at you. You keep me going crazy. That's all I can do.
All you can do.
So defenseless with your close by. All the run from my body and soul. Go get a pen. Go get a pen. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Go get a pen. Please. Just go get a pen. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, please.
A pen? What I need a pen for?
Hold the pen up. Hold the pen up. Write your name across my heart.
Write your name across my heart.
Tatiana. Across my heart. You don't know the song. Alright, come on, let's roll it down in the dancing show. Alright, so I want
Tatiana, that was it.
Bless her heart, bless her. She says, sign your name across my heart. Lord forgive me, God forgive me, please. He says, sign your name across my heart. Oh Lord, bless her heart though. Bless her heart, Lord Jesus. Bless her heart. She said, hold up a pen. I was like, why she say we get a pen? Sign your name across my. I wonder if she said, sign your name across my heart. I want you to be my baby. I think that's what she talking about. She said, I want you to sign your name. Oh shit. Oh Lord, forgive me, Lord. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying she did that. That's all. Let's continue. He was very patient. Trail was very patient with this lady. I personally think they should have like stopped the call and let her know we got, because come on now. But he was very patient, very nice. I would have been nice to her too. But it's just, it's a dating show and it's just, certain things you gotta, I don't know. He was very nice and patient with her though. I will give him that. Let's continue.
That was one of the sweetest things I've ever had done for me, and I really appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I really do.
What can I get a man or what kind of man you have available to go on a date with?
Hold on, say that one more time.
Right today, Kendra Show. Hey, me always watch up on me YouTube. Hey, me want one man. Me want one.
Hey,
Funny.
Tatiana, this was an absolute joy and a pleasure. I thank you and have a courage to come on up. Hey, have a good evening and thank you for the song, sweetie.
Hold on.
He was trying to get her off at that point, which I thought, yeah, because, come on now. She's sweet, but they got a show to run. And she said, hold on. God forgive me. This shit had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie. This is entertainment, y'all. Y'all know at this point it's entertainment. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. It's entertainment. That's all. I don't know how old. Wait, she gonna tell her age, y'all.
You're speeding too fast. I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna tell you what my pet peeve was, and I'm gonna try to get me a man. Okay?
Excuse me. All right, let's do this. Tatiana, everybody need love out here. How old are you, Tatiana?
I'm 27 years old presently. So I'm from Jamaica.
You're 27 years old.
Yes, I live in Jamaica, right? But I have a disability where I'm not able to walk.
Can't walk.
Where I'm not able to walk.
You cannot walk.
The man with me, it must be between the ages of 25 to 30.
You gotta be 25 to 30 years old.
Yeah, and I take a sugar daddy if available.
You take a sugar daddy.
Right. So the age group for my sugar daddy, if I'm gonna get one, is 65 to 70.
So she's 27. She'll take somebody 20 something to 30. Or she'll get a sugar daddy from 65 to 70, but she can't walk. She has a disability, right? But she still know how to ask for a sugar daddy. Okay? And tell me delusion doesn't come in all shapes, sizes, in all areas. Okay? Let's continue.
So the man
is up front.
are you understanding me? The man I want him to be from ages 26 to 30, and the sugar daddy must be 65
to 70.
And my red flags are bad eye. Men are like bad hygiene and liar. I don't like a liar. I don't like bad hygiene.
No bad hygiene.
And I'll take a broke man, but he has to be ambitious.
You'll take a broke man, but you need to be ambitious.
Yeah, I'm not too.
She said, God bless her, exactly, classic. She said she would take a broke man, but he has to be ambitious. She would take Those were she would take, as if the offer is there. She would take a broke man with ambition. What the F you got me watching? Oh, Lord. Yeah. I knew y'all could say, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. What? I don't know what the hell I be saying. Yo, I don't know what I'm watching. But this is from the shout out to Kendra G. Kendra G. She said she would take a broke man with ambition, y'all. Let's continue.
Bro, not too good now.
Thank you, Eric TV. Ciao.
I need to do my nails.
You gotta do the nails. You gotta keep, he need to be able to keep you up, help you out.
Okay, all right.
I hear you.
We
While
can
y'all
make
playing, she know what she want, and she followed the show, and she's actually answered the questions in the right fashion. So Tatiana, I'm gonna give you your props, okay? They may be, because the voice and sometimes it's hard to understand what you're saying, but you know what you're saying.
Yep, she knows what she's saying.
Okay, all right, now I'm gonna give you your respect because you know what you want, and it's okay. All right.
Sure.
So, have you been in a serious relationship before?
Yes.
What was your last serious relationship?
In 2019.
2019?
Yes, 2019.
Okay. All right. What do you? Okay.
Come on, everybody, open your mouth and worship the Lord.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry about that, darling.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you have any children?
Not biologically, but I have 3 adopted kids.
Okay.
3 adopted.
Yes.
You take care of your 3 adopted kids.
No, they don't live with me here in Jamaica.
Okay.
They don't live
Do you live by yourself, Tatiana?
No, I live with my family presently, currently.
You got a caregiver?
No, I have a family, a grandma and mom. Yeah, so my team of being giving me care is my family.
Okay.
I turned the camera off for
You gotta have
because
your camera on, sweetie.
because I wasn't looking my best. I'm having a flu.
You ain't about to
Okay.
get into your bed. We done seen your bed already, all right?
Yeah, so what you saying now?
Let's talk about this guy. You say he need to be 25 to 30, or if he's a sugar daddy, he can be 65 to 70.
Yeah.
How much money he need to make?
You have to be specific. Per week, per year, per day. How does that? How do you want it?
Does he need to be a certain height?
Yes. I am poor. My sorry. My height is 4'3", and I like taller dudes. So it would have to be 6 and up, or little above 5 feet. You know? Yeah.
You lost for what?
Yeah.
Why?
He didn't know what to say, y'all. This is why I say delusion is real. And it doesn't have a color, a shape, a size, a demographic. It's just delusional across the board. And God bless her. Like I said before, I'm not laughing at her as far as her disability. I'm laughing at the mentality, and it doesn't matter who it is. She got to be 6 feet or taller. It's the same rhetoric no matter who you are, no matter your situation. This is a disabled woman who can't walk. You know, she's either wanting a man 26 to 30. He could be broke, but he has to be ambitious. We hear this all the time. Or he got to be a 65 to 7-year-old Sugar daddy, that means somebody who can take care of her with money and just offer her. This is, you know what I mean? This, when I say the delusional mentality is taking over, I mean it. It's real. It's real. It's real. You know what I mean? And it's everywhere. It's like the plague. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. No matter where you go, no matter what walk of life you're from, no matter how rich, poor, broken, it doesn't matter. The same rhetoric is taking over across the board. All every walk of life, it's the same. Now you hearing this. 6 feet, ambitious, or somebody who can just take care of you. It don't matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, no matter what's going on with you, it all applies to every woman. Now, I'm not going to ask the question, not ask, but say what I normally would say, because we already know why. The question would be, why does she thinks that she can get all of that? Why? Because it's delusional. It's a feeling. It's what they've put out there. And now it's just rampant. And it's on autopilot. Every woman just thinks this way. You could be in a wheelchair, have no legs, and, can't talk. You can't do much for yourself, but you expect a millionaire to come and just rescue you and take care of you and take you. How logical is that? There's no logic in that whatsoever. But there's a reason why you see people saying the same thing over and over and over. Let's continue.
You gotta be a certain height, though. Aren't you? Your name is, hold on, Tatiana.
Yeah.
Your name is One Wheelchair Badness.
I can explain. Now, because I'm in a wheelchair, right?
Yeah.
The wheelchair belongs to me.
Stop. I'm gonna have to get off here, y'all, because this is not funny at all. He said her username is One Wheelchair Badness. Y'all, I'm sorry. And it just caught me off guard. Like, oh, Lord. And everybody's a baddie. Everybody's a bad me. One Wheelchair Badness. He said her name is. Child. Oh, Lord, Liddell Jefferson, thank you. Thank you once again. I appreciate you, sir, for the support. Thank you so much for coming through with the generous super chat once again. Says, these women are straight no good, DeeDee. What is she actually offering a man? See, that's my point, Liddell. Thank you, Liddell. I appreciate you so much for the support. That's my question all the time. Like, what? Why? Dude. Oh, my God. And once again, because I don't want people to think I'm just sitting here laughing at a disabled lady. It's the mentality that I'm laughing at. It's the delusion that I'm laughing at. That someone could have the audacity to think or to come out and say these things in a public setting. Now, this woman is alive and living, and God bless her. But you see what I'm saying? It's the delusional mindset of what they're asking for, and it doesn't matter who you are. Because it's always the mentality that a woman can get whatever she wants, and it doesn't matter what the man wants. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter what the men want. It's just all about the woman, and this is why it's delusional. Because it's like y'all can't have a preference or a say, to the point to where a woman, who is disabled by her own admission, she can't walk. She's in a position, unfortunately, that most men in general, not even men of means, but men in general, would not be looking at her as an option. That's all. I'm just being honest. It's not funny to her, the situation she's in. What's funny is the mentality that and even he knows that he's being nice to host. But even everybody looking at this knows. Now, come on now. At what point do you look at this and say, come on now, the delusion has to stop? And that's all we're saying. And you, Liddell, like, what is she actually offering to right? What? What could she? And that's the whole point, and so this is one of those situations where people will look at the situation and be like, "Oh my God, I feel bad for." What I do is like, "Oh my God, I have empathy for this woman. I'm not laughing at her situation. I'm just like, how could you, you know what I'm saying?" And I mean, it's a lost cause, y'all. Liddell, it's just a hot mess. It is. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you once again. Thank you. This is insanity. Let's continue.
So it's one wheelchair because the wheelchair belongs to me. The badness is an acronym for brave, adorable, determined. Determined means elegant, sexy, and sweet. So you remind me
Okay.
of who
All
I
right.
am.
Nah, that's awesome. Well, if you when y'all go out, you're gonna be in a wheelchair most of the time, right?
Yes,
Why
yes,
you need
yes.
to be 6 feet tall if you're in a wheelchair?
When I say 6 foot, the body that I got stop because it's got to be fit, so can lift up me and my wheelchair. So, it's going to bring it down like 5'8" or, right there.
He need to be in shape to lift you in the
Yeah,
wheelchair.
yeah, I don't want no mug or no
You don't want no
puny.
frail little cat that
Yeah,
can't lift you
I
in that
want
wheelchair.
Yeah, but that don't have nothing to do with being 6 feet. Your height doesn't determine your strength. Am I tripping, y'all? Am I tripping? I mean, listen, I don't believe your height determines your strength. Let's continue.
Wheelchair.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
bet.
like
I'm picking up what you putting down, okay? He need to be
yeah.
picking you in that wheelchair up and putting you down,
And,
Jimmy.
and,
I'm
and the
tracking what you
thing,
saying, Tatiana. I'm feeling you.
and the thing with me, I like a gentleman in the street, but I need a gents beneath them sheet, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah.
Hey, yo. Hey,
Wait,
wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
wait, I missed something.
Well, hey, we gonna get Tatiana. You don't gotta answer this one. But when was the last
Okay.
time you were physically intimate with a man?
Last year, March, I got everything, trust me. Everything. Everything. Last year, March.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said
And when I
everything
said
pretty much.
I got everything. So I got the hands, I got the shoulder, knees, and toes. Very poor. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Last year, man.
Fair
Yeah.
Got
enough.
swollen knees and toes. What the hell? What the hell what she mean?
All right. Well, we got something called the Kendra Cam. This is where we actually get to see you.
What the fuck?
I can't stand up, darling. So you gotta work with what you get in here. I can't
Can you
stand
do
up.
one of these? Like, can you show your body?
Yeah. I gotta lie down because I'm not feeling great. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm giving you,
No, me can't.
I'm
No,
giving
me
you some
use
grace.
this. What on the wait? Wait.
Okay. You
What
got,
on the darling? One
you say
minute.
okay, you say you got legs, right?
I let you see my legs and my
Okay, all right. She
toes.
got
Nice. Alright, nice. Nice. Was that okay? Is that okay?
that was okay.
Yeah, you're smiling too much now. Stop it, honey. You're smiling too much.
She said you smiling too much. What in the world?
What you doing? Are you catching feelings? Because I really need that man.
She's
I'm
like,
not
she's
joking. I
catching
really
feelings.
need that man.
She trolling.
Catch a feeling. Wow.
You're cutting.
This
Are
is
you okay?
Kendra. This is Kendra. She dating show. This is real.
That is the greatest.
Hold on. Are you okay, girl?
So, I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's Kendra G.
Oh, this is a real show.
Uh-huh.
Yo, sorry. My apologies. Holy cannolis, guacamoles. Ah, man, she said, you catch your cruise. Yo, all right, baby. When was the last time you was in a relationship?
2019.
2019. All right, the same time that you was last Edgeman, you said. Okay,
But the
three songs
last
that you're
time,
currently working on.
hold on, baby, hold on. The last time I was in a serious relationship was in 2019, but the last time I got some was in last year March.
This last year, March.
She got some.
She's straight
Yeah.
up. They ain't playing no games. How come he's not an option? You just got some last year in March. Well, that was still like a year, some change ago. How come? How come y'all not together?
Me not really want, me want when God, me never want him, me never want him to be in a relationship.
She don't want to be in a relationship.
I wanted his John and his, yeah, I just wanted to, get freaky with him and have sexual intercourse. But I didn't want it to
That's
be
what
in a
I'm thinking with it. Okay.
relationship.
She
All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
she said she just wanted to get freaky with him.
Hey, man.
Maybe y'all need to consider the wheelchair baddies. I'm just saying. I mean, that might be where it's at. Anybody interested in a wheelchair baddie? She might turn your world around. I'm just saying. Wheelchair baddie might be where it's at. Like freak you out, and y'all have you coming for more. I'm just saying. You never know. I just can't imagine it, but I mean, wheelchair baddies might be where it's at, y'all. Y'all might want to consider. Shit, they ain't got nowhere to go. And all they got is time. Like put it on you real. You put it on them, however that go. You know what I'm saying? Wheelchair baddies might be in business. Just saying. Just saying. She do everything, she said.
Y'all said she knows exactly what she's saying, what she wants. All right, you keeping it real. She said she got one life to live. She gonna live that thing.
Mhm.
She told me to write her name on her chest. Your future dude may be jealous though. I wrote your name on my heart. You saying to me too. I remember that now.
Sign
But
your
your
name.
man is out there that's looking. He's waiting to find you. Tell me three flaws before we get to that. Three things you're working on there, Tatiana.
3 things I'm working on.
Yeah.
Um, my personality. I'm working on my personality. I mean, it's okay, but it could be better. I'm working on my anger level, don't be so angry, don't be too quick. And I'm trying my best to understand my partner, because that has been a big issue.
Okay.
So I'm becoming more militant, and I'm working on the strength to be in a relationship.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, hey man, you crushed it.
Mental
Three
health.
things that you're
And
working on.
I'm working on my mental health
And your
also.
mental health.
Yeah.
I would tell you this. I interviewed a lot of folks. You know yourself, and self awareness is on point, and you're unapologetically you. So I'm gonna give you kudos and props to that. It's my first time meeting you. I'm gonna give you kudos and props to that. All right. Why would a man be lucky to be with you there, Tatiana?
Yes. What did you say?
Why would a man be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm all that and more.
You're
Should
all
I
that
say?
and more.
She's all
Yeah, I
that
And
bet.
and more.
You gotta pull the phone back. I'm looking at your eye socket.
I'm
She
so
said
sorry, baby.
all that and
I'm all that and more. I'm interested. Um, I'm good sports. and I'm God fearing. So you cannot be boring with me at any point. But the reason why I told you I'm working on my mental health is because sometimes I will just ghost you for no reason
Oh,
at all.
You be
And a
ghosting
lot
dudes
of
out here.
ghosting people.
huh?
You be ghosting them for no reason, huh?
Yeah, I got a little toxic talk
You got
talk
no
talk.
toxicity in you.
Yeah, I
Hey,
let
are
you
you,
talk.
okay. Are you on a dating app?
Okay, that's enough. That's all we needed. No more. No more. No more. No more. That's enough. Shout out to her, Tatiana. Hope nothing but blessings and love to her. But the dating thing is probably a wrap. That's I'm just saying. But she freaky. I'm just saying she a wheelchair baddie, child, and she'll do everything. That's what she said. Dane C 2572. Thank you for the super chat. Says either a demon called in or God is testing us. Baby, I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate you. Night Call says, so if that man asked her to be in a relationship, she said no. That's diabolical. Right. And she be ghosting people. Night Call. Thank you for the super chat once again, Night Call. She be ghosting people. She did have who mentioned Miss Sweet 25 said at least she had 3 flaws. She did have 3 flaws. You know what I mean? She might be fun to be around. But I mean, serious relationships, I don't know. Unless I don't know, child. It's just once again, it's all diabolical, y'all. Michael, thank you for the super chat. Oh Lord, 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 Lord. Miss Wee says she done. She probably a throat goat child. How she get up to do? I mean, you actually have to get over her, right? I don't know, child. That's just a mess. Daisy says, I apologize for that super chat. Is she disabled? Yeah, she is. She can't walk. She's disabled. She has a disability. Yes, Daisy. Bless her heart. That's all I'm gonna say, y'all. Thank you, Daisy. I appreciate you. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a lot going on. Few more minutes. I got another clip that I want to share with y'all. Bless her heart, bless her heart. Hit the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel, y'all. I want to get into another clip and then we're gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all so far for interacting and being here. I appreciate you guys for that. Let's move on. That one, I just had to get that out, y'all, because I've been sitting on that video for a few days now, and I really wanted to share it. It just shows you the delusion. She's probably a cool woman and all, and but the delusion is real, y'all. It really is. It really is. That's all I can say. So that delusional mentality has to change, in my opinion. You know what I mean? For people who are serious about commitment in relationships, it don't have to change if you just living your life by yourself and all that. It could be what it is, but I mean, yeah, it just shows you.
Hello.
It shows you the mentality, y'all. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets, y'all. It really is. But shout out to Ant CEO once again, y'all. Listen, I want to play another video from him that I thought was very interesting. So make sure you chime in and let me know your thoughts on this one, y'all. Let's get into it.
Hello.
How you doing, Kimmy? Kimmy, can you please turn the TV down? It's very loud. It's like you inside the TV.
I know. I've been coming up here, the job been coming in. I apologize. Thank you, Anne, for bringing me up. I just wanted to. Well, first for starters, I'm single. And I've been single for about 2 years, and I am a mother. I'm about to start dating soon, potentially. I'm not sure yet, but I just want to know if you got any advice for somebody like me. I'm 33. I got 3 sons. So I'm already coming, with a little baggage. And I can admit that I started off a little, the wrong way, if you will. I kind of had my kids a little young. So
ain't got nothing to do with your age. That's nothing to do with real quick.
I'm just telling you what happened. You know.
But hold on, real quick. You having children young is not the problem. That's not the issue here. And I think that's a misconception that a lot of women have. It has nothing to do with the fact of the age you had your children. It has nothing to do with the age. But go ahead, I'm listening to you.
But yeah. So I'm sorry, I need to stop looking at the comments. But yeah, so I'm about to get back into the dating scene. I see it's just a lot going on right now with the dating scene. From what I can tell, I'm not really sure. But what kind of advice do you have for somebody like me?
Okay. So I'm gonna mute you just because I can still hear TV. It's like you're watching the animal documentary. Number one, your age is not the problem. Your age, like when women say that all the time, oh, I had kids young. It's not about you having kids young. It's the fact that you didn't have any type of structure when you had children because you didn't allow that man to tell you, you are my wife and this is the wedding date. And then you didn't have that man, you didn't give that man children when he was your husband. You gave that man children out of wedlock.
Night Call, thank you for the super chat. Says, so thumbs up or thumbs down on would she be a better side chick? Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
That's the issue. So we need to get that straight because too many women come up here and they always say,
what's going on? Is it a Bishay or Bishi or Bishay? Abishai? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but what's going on? How are you? Bless her, creepy heart. Oh shit. Let's continue.
I had children young. You're supposed to have kids young. You're in your sexual prime when you're young.
Exactly.
It's not about the age, Kima. It's the fact that there was no structure and you didn't allow a man to say you are my wife first and then we have children.
Right.
Y'all do it backwards and then you start to be like, what are they? You need to require marriage first. And women don't do that. This is why virginity is very coveted. This is why you're supposed to wear, this is why women wear white during weddings because it symbolizes purity. I don't even know why some of you women wear white anyway. You should be wearing black. But that's number one, Kima. Secondly, you have 3 sons.
Mm-hmm.
How many different fathers do you have? You got
Oh, okay. And just to piggyback off what you said, I agree with that. You know, I definitely agree with what you said.
Kima. How many different fathers do you have?
Oh, it's 2.
Okay. And neither of these men were your husband, correct?
No.
Right.
Just fiance. Yeah.
That means nothing.
It ain't go.
That means absolutely.
I know, I'm just saying.
Because I know, but a lot of women like that. Well, he was my fiance. You didn't require marriage. So that's number 2. And you're 33. Do you want to have more children?
No.
Okay. So you do realize that like any man that you deal with likely is going to be 33 to maybe 40, 42. Those men usually at that age, they want to have children. You do realize that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you come across a man who doesn't have children, first of all, he's not going to want to deal with you anyway because you have 3 kids and 2 different baby daddies. But he's not going to want to deal with any woman that doesn't want to have children because he's going to want to have children himself. And so, but not to mention too, I'm looking at your page and you sexualize yourself all over your page, and you're a mother. Let me ask you this question, Kima. The way that you present yourself online, would you want your son to deal with a woman if he showed you her social media and it was the same exact photos do you have? Would you recommend your son dealing with that woman?
Are you on my Instagram?
I'm on your TikTok.
I guess it just all depends on what
Kima, y'all women never can answer direct.
Oh my God, it's about to get crazy. Shout out, hey, Michelle, is it Michael Lee? I'm sorry, Michael. Michael Lee, how are you? No, I have not heard from Maverick. If y'all see him, tell him I say hi. I have not heard from Maverick at all. I hope he's good. But how are you? Thank you so much for being here. What's going on, Marcus Bowden from Corpus Christi? What's going on? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
Questions. Y'all women can never answer direct questions. Would you want your son to deal with a woman who presents herself online the way you do? Yes or no?
No.
I mean, I don't look at myself as sexual. So
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about if your son said, "Hey, mom, this is my girlfriend, and this is what she had on her page with her boobs hanging out and the bottom of her butt hanging out of small little skirt shorts or whatever this is, dress, whatever this is." Would you require and say, "Yeah, son, she looks like a great wife and woman that's going to be good for you"? Would you say that's a yes or would you say that's a no? It's a very simple question.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's the problem because you're too indoctrinated. That's the issue. You can't answer direct questions. Secondly, you don't operate like any woman of value. You have 3 children and you have 2 different baby daddies and you're half naked all over your page, sexualizing yourself with excessive makeup, ma'am. Not to mention, Kima, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful. I have to be this way with you women because y'all don't listen. You're severely overweight. Technically, you are morbidly obese. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
She don't want to hear that.
The average black woman is 187 pounds. That is a problem.
187 pounds. And they be short. 5 feet, 5'4", which is worse. 187 pounds at 5 feet tall. 4'11". Hell, that's still overweight if you 5'6", 5'7", 180 pounds is still too much. But they don't see themselves as overweight, see, because they've hyped up this idea that, oh, a man likes some meat on my bones, so I got to have a lot of meat on my bones to the point where it's too much meat on my bones. And you're just too big, like it is. I mean, it's just the truth. They don't want to accept it, but it's the truth, y'all. Let's continue.
Not to mention, you're going to be in competition with women who are 28, who are 25, who is 27, who has no children, that's 165 pounds.
Yeah, and of all different races too. That's the thing too. It's not just black women that you're in competition with. It's other women too. And a lot of those women be smaller in frame. And so yeah, it's a competition amongst all women. Because men have the option, not just for black women, but they have other options outside of black women. And a lot of those women aren't as big in many cases. Now, there are overweight people all over the place. But still, there are women who are of other, in other groups who are smaller and maybe, that's who you're competing against as well. Let's continue.
So the competition is really steep for you. Not to mention, you're going to want a man in his prime. You're 33, which means you want your man to be 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Maybe you'll stop at 43, 44. Those men are in their dating market prime. A man his dating market prime in his mid to late 30s. So what you want is a man that is in his prime to deal with you when you're well out of your prime with extra baggage and 2 other men attached to you. So what you're asking for and what you want is going to be very, very hard for you to get because you can't leverage it. That's the problem. So if you are going to deal with any man that's going to take you seriously, man, you probably are going to have to date down. Not even date down. You're going to have to date at your level. But unfortunately, women don't ever think, y'all think every man is on your level. And that's just the truth, Kima. That's the honest to God truth. And the fact that you don't believe that the way that you dress and the way that you present yourself is an issue, I think it's very telling. And it's a pity, honestly. It's very much so a pity because you do not operate like a wife in any stretch of the imagination.
Well, let me just say, I know how I present myself is not like a wife because I'm not a wife. And that dress that I had on was for my birthday. And I do agree.
Stop.
Let me just say, I do agree that I can.
No, I'm so sick of this.
Dane C, thank you for the super chat. Says, nah, he doing a Temu Kevin Samuels impersonation. Why? Shout out to you, Dane C. I appreciate you. I honestly hear people comparing what's his name? Damn, what is his name, y'all? What's his name? And CEO to Kevin Samuels. I don't compare people like that. I think he's his own person and he has his own views and that's just how he thinks. I don't compare people to other people. They're similar in their what they say and stuff, but I don't see them as the same. But I see people comparing them because they have similar views, but they're different still to me. You know what I mean? And so yeah, but a lot of people are comparing the two. I will say I don't do that though. I'm not gonna I'll just take you for what you say and whether I believe it's the truth or not or whatever, and I have my opinion. But I don't like when Personally, I don't like people to compare folks. Let people be who they are, because no two people are the same, and no two people agree on every single thing. But I get what you're saying. But thank you. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Let's continue. And thank you for the super chat, Daisy.
Why do y'all women think it's my birthday, so I'm gonna be a whore today? Why do y'all think that that's an excuse? That's not an excuse. I was on the beach. It's Halloween. That's why I have my boobs and my nipples showing, because I'm just dressing as a character. So I'm dressing like the little angel with my boobs out, and you can see my camel toe and you can see my butt hanging down from my little shorts just because it's Halloween. That's all. It's just Halloween. I'm on the beach. I'm in Jamaica. So I'm sitting on the little clear little boat thing, little boat raft, and we all have the picture at the top. I know what you women do. I'm just on a vacation. It's just my boobs and my tits. It's nothing serious about that. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think he made a good point though, to point out, listen, that because it's your birthday or it's a special occasion, so it's a special occasion for you to dress like a 304. So on holidays and birthdays, that's when you let the cat out the bag, literally. You expose everything on your birthday. It's so you turn whorish on your birthday. I don't understand that. I don't just dress, cover up, most of the year, but on birthdays and holidays, I let the whole out. Like what? Like, come on now. That don't make sense. Let's continue.
So I'm just making that point because I'm not gonna let you get off of that, because y'all believe, well, the timeline matters. So it's my birthday, that's why I'm a whore. That's my Christmas, that's why I'm a whore. It's Halloween, that's why I'm a whore. We were out at the club, that's why I have my butt showing. It doesn't matter what the environment was or the date. It matters that you did it. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, you can finish your point, but you're not about to get that off. That's a terrible excuse that you women continue to use. Y'all don't want to take accountability for it.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And I do want to change my ways. Because eventually I do want to settle down, and I do have 3 sons, and I do respect, how they feel. And so I wouldn't want them to be embarrassed by anything that I do. And so I just want to make sure, I'm just understanding what you're saying, basically. I have 3 sons by 2 different men out of wedlock. I'm overweight and I'm overly sexualized. So my, I guess, the men department is going to be at a low caliber because of that.
Yes. And if you want to change that, you need to fix you. It all starts with you. It don't start with the man. It starts with accountability and changing yourself. So if I want to get a man of value to accept me and my 3 children, probably should not present myself online in any type of sexual way. I probably should not, I probably should start working on my diet and working on having a consistent gym routine to try to lose weight. I should probably fix some of the places that I go. I probably should, I'm not saying you do all this other stuff. I probably shouldn't drink. I probably shouldn't smoke. Men of value, Kima, are going to have a high standard of the woman that they deal with. If you buy a Mercedes-Benz, Kima, 2025, guess what? Their insurance is going to be high. It's going to cost hella to get a tire changed on that MF, because it's an expensive car. It's worth value because people want it. You can buy a Prius, but Prius is just not as valuable. People don't want a Prius as much as they want a Benz. So it's going to cost a little bit less. So that's the point. The same logic applies. If you buy a mansion, guess what? The electric bill is going to be higher. The mortgage is going to be higher. Mm-hmm. Just to keep the grass cut is going to cost more because it's more land. Mm-hmm. That operates in the same way that it operates in the dating market. Even if you're in education, if you go to Harvard, it's going to be way harder to do work at Harvard than it will be to go to community college in your local city, because it's Harvard. Anything of value is going to hold you to a high standard. Mm-hmm. And right now, you want to get into Harvard, but you only have the credits and the eligibility to get into community college. So you have to change what you have to offer. So Harvard can say yes, but unfortunately, Harvard is probably going to say no, because you got too many things attached to you, which unfortunately, it's nothing against your children. Your children are beautiful. I'm sure they're fine young boys or young men or young boys who are going to eventually be young men. I hope they become billionaires and be the most successful, intelligent men ever. Shout out to your boys. But it's not about them. It's about the things that come with them. It's never about the children. The children are innocent. They didn't ask to be here. They're beautiful. They're pure. It's about the things that come with the children, which is time, which is effort, which is money, which is energy. And those are children that are not my obligation. Not to mention, Kima, these are her children. So if I'm trying to deal with Kima, well, guess what? Kima is going to want me to eventually, not up front maybe, but eventually provide for her children, show respect and love and care for her children. But guess what? I have no paperwork to say that those children are mine. You could take those children away at any time. Not to mention, I'm not saying you're like this, but how many women want men to provide and protect for their children, but don't discipline them because these are my babies. Don't touch my babies. So you want a man to be a man until it's time to be a man. Not to mention, I have to deal with Kima's other guys, so maybe they don't want me to discipline their children. Maybe Kima drops off her son to her baby father, and her baby father disrespects her. Now I have to take his life or beat him up, or he gonna take my life and beat me up. Survival things that women don't think about. That's why men don't prefer women with children, because it's too much baggage. And who's to say those kids don't even like me? It's too much baggage. It's too much things to deal with, and not to mention what you're doing outside of your own children. Most men are just gonna say no, but guess what? They'll sleep with you though.
Right.
They'll sleep with you because you got some shape on you, Kima. You got some shape. Some guys like that. You got some shape. At least you're a bigger woman, but you got some shape. Do it to get down with that. Do they want a wife? Probably not.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the advice, and thank you to the people in the comments that's not being nasty. But yeah, that's pretty much all. And just so you know, I am working on my shape and body. I'm actually about to enlist into the military in the next couple of months, so I have no choice. And then, like I said, as far as social media, I am looking to like rebrand and change some things around about how I present myself. And so I'm not like desperate, but at the same time, I know my situation is complex because of the decisions that I made. And so, you know, it just is what it is. But I appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming up.
Okay.
Well, listen, I will say, listen, he gave us some good advice. That was solid advice. Because it's true. It is what it is. But at least she wasn't combative. Because some of them get mad and want to call you sassy. No, at least she seemed to have been open to the information. So at least she wasn't combative. But definitely those three boys, she's 33, she's at a deficit. And it is what it is. It's like, I think a lot of women don't realize the position that they put themselves in until they're in it. And then when they're not getting the results, this is when they're calling into shows and asking questions and trying to get information because they're not getting the results. Because if they were getting the outcomes that they wanted, this wouldn't even be a thing. You wouldn't have to ask questions. You would already have the outcomes. So they're not getting the outcomes. And this is why they're tuning in and asking, because they're trying to figure it out. But you're figuring it out a bit too late. After you've created the problem, now you're trying to figure out how to get it. She said eventually she wants to settle down, but eventually you're 33 with 3 kids. How do you think, why are you ready to settle down now? And I think once again, the idea that you're supposed to have fun in your 20s means sleep around, have sexual fun, is okay. And then when you hit 30s, 40s, you're supposed to now want to settle down once you've had children, been ran through, or whatever. Now you think a man is just going to be standing there waiting for you, and they're seeing that that's not happening. And they've created broken homes, which they didn't realize that men didn't want that because they were raised in an environment that told them, oh, stepdaddies, men will take you with your kids. The men are okay with being a stepdaddy, when in actuality, men are not okay with that. And they thought that because they had stepdaddies, and back in the day, those men accepted that these men will accept it too, and they're not. And so this is why I say they're finding themselves in a pickle because they didn't realize this, and now they're realizing it when it's too late. Night Call 411, thank you for the super chat once again, says, what's left that she can offer a man exclusively? Nothing, really. She don't want any more kids. If he don't have kids, she can't even give him that. I don't think there's anything. If anything, this is why, she's a liability. These men, the men are going to have to settle for her. This is why I say women like to think they're settling, but it's actually the men who would be settling, and men don't want to do that. Thank you, Night Call. Once again, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, so no, you can't offer anything to him at this point. You should be willing to throw yourself at the mercy of a good man, at least if he's willing to take you on the 3 kids, because he's going to have to accept the bulk of the responsibility of you and your 3 kids and everything else that comes with you. Like you said, deal with the daddies and deal with you and all this other stuff. And men would just rather not. They would rather not. And they would rather go, either be by themselves or accept somebody that they can create a family with. That at least that's your children, that's your child, and not somebody else's. They don't have to deal with all that extra stuff. So it's extra stuff that you're asking men to take on. And I don't think women have ever considered that. Because remember, it was never about what a man wanted. It's all about what they want. And so I think this is something young women need to consider before you put yourself in this situation. Look at these women and the situations that they're in and what they got to deal with, and you choose better. Don't go that route, because it's going to be an issue, and you can't force men into accepting something that they don't want. And that's just what it is. Just like women don't want nobody to tell them who to accept and what their preference should be, that's fine. You can have your preference all day, but your preference is your preference, but your preference have to want you back. You have to be the preference of your preference. I mean, they have to be your preference in order for you to get your preference. If your preference don't want you, then you don't get your preference. And I think that's what they realize. Because they never thought men should have a preference. This is why men are shamed for having a preference. Women have only thought one-sided. They've been brainwashed and hoodwinked, and I've really been conditioned to believe something that just ain't gonna work. Men have a preference, and if you're not their preference, you don't get them, because men pick who they want to marry, date, or whatever. And just because you've slept with your preference don't mean that your preference really wants you. You just got some Gucci out you, and that's it. And that's what they're getting misconstrued, the fact that they can sleep with a guy that they like, but he won't take you seriously, and that's the part that's frustrating them. And this is why they complain, oh, these men will just dog you out. No, the one that you like is doing that to you, because that's what you like. But does he really like you? This is where you got to ask yourself. Does he really see you for committed relationships, or he's just giving you what you want to? He giving you a good time, and that's it. And I think they're getting it, but it's hard for them to accept it at this point. So yeah, your preference likes you for sexual interactions, but your preference does not prefer you for committed, stable relationships or marriage. The women that they want for that, that's who they're going to go pick. And a lot of these women, unfortunately, are not their pick. And that's what they're mad about. So, moral of the story is, don't go out here giving your body to Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Pookie, and Ray Ray, John and Lennon, and Dr. Phil. Don't go out here giving your body to all these people with no real commitment. Stop giving babies to these people, because it's not going to benefit you. He can still move around. Men can still move around and still get what they want, because they get to choose. And if he's a man that most women want, he can go get the woman and decide who he want to marry and commit to. He can do that. But women, you put yourselves at a disadvantage when you move the way you're moving. And you'll find yourself 30, 40, 50, 60 years old still saying you're not going to settle, but there's nobody for you to settle for. That window of opportunity has been, that's gone. That ship has sailed. There's nothing for you to choose at that point. You're just talking at that point. So that's why I say women need to do better. Do better. Pay attention to what men are saying. Pay attention, because I know that's something that's hard for some women to do. Pay attention to what men are saying they want. And if you want one, try to be able to be that person for that man. And understand that it's not just about you, but it takes two. And it's about the two of you together. Stop thinking that money is the only thing that matters in a relationship. Stop thinking that this whole superficial idea, 6 feet and all this stuff matters, because it really does not. And if you really seriously want a committed relationship that you can be in with somebody that cares and want to build a family and all that, start paying attention to what matters and not this dumb stuff, excuse my language, this dumb stuff that people are telling you should be looking for in a man, because they don't even have what they're telling you should be looking for. And that should mean a lot. A person's outcome determines, whether what they're saying is truthful. If somebody is telling you something, and they don't have the outcome based on what they're telling you, you need to take that seriously. Don't just look over that. Don't bypass that. Because that means they're selling you a dream. They're telling you what you want to hear, but it's really not working for them. And if it ain't working for them, how is it going to work for you? Stay woke. Keep your eyes open. Learn. Listen. Stop letting these people get you in a kerfuffle. Pay attention to what's real and what's not, and what's going to get you the outcomes and what's not. That's all I'm saying. Night Call 411, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, moral of the story, don't have kids reckless, or the more kids you have, the more EBT Section 8 you get. And guess what, Night Call? That is changing too. So they can't even depend on that. You better not go out here thinking you can have all these kids and get the more. That's changing too. You ain't gonna be able to get that. So then you're gonna be asked out with all them kids struggling. So don't even do that. But right, moral of this: do not go out here having kids just recklessly. Don't go out here just playing around thinking that it's okay and it's empowerment to go out and sleep with whoever you want and get babies and all this stuff, because it's not going to benefit you. You're going to be left holding the bag and struggling all by your goddamn self, because most men don't want to deal with that type of foolishness. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank y'all once again for being here. Shout out to y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody who gave super chats or cash apps. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you are continuously watching the videos that are posted on the channel, y'all. Hype them up, leave a comment, let me know it's real. Also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, it is free to subscribe, y'all. So hit the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. Yeah, make sure you are watching the videos, y'all. We need to make sure the videos are getting numbers on the channel. So make sure you're watching those. At least I try to post content every single day. So make sure you are watching those as well, you guys. All right. Thank y'all once again. Shout out to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, you guys. It is Sunday, right? Yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys are blessed. Be safe out here in these streets. What else I wanted to say? I don't know. I thought there was something else I wanted to say. Successful MD. I don't think I got the video you was talking about. Send it to, I still don't know what video you're talking about, Successful MD. I think that was you who wanted to send me a video of a something. I don't even remember what it is. But if you could send it to me on Instagram, do that. Send it to me on Instagram, Successful MD, if you still have that video. Because I wanted to react to what you were saying or talk about it, but I don't think I got the videos. Send it to me on Instagram, Successful MD. I think that was you, right? Was that you who sent me the video? If it was, or whoever sent me the video, send it to me on Instagram. If you can. I didn't want to just not look at it. I want to know what you're talking about. Send it to me on Instagram though. That's probably or at DeeDeesReactions on Instagram. Is easier. Yeah, so do that and I could address it. But other than that, you guys, thank y'all so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate the combo as usual. Y'all make me laugh all the time. I laugh about this stuff afterwards. But I appreciate the humor. I appreciate the commentary, you guys. It really is very, very interesting and funny as hell at the same time. And I appreciate the laughter. I appreciate the humor. So thank y'all. Successful. You don't have an Instagram? Send it to me at let me see something. Send it here. DeeDeesWorldLoves@yahoo.com. Y'all can tell I'm old. Somebody made me aware of that because I have a Yahoo child. I ain't never thought to. I have several. DeeDeesWorldLoves@Yahoo. I don't know if that's the one you sent it to. DeeDeesWorldLoves@yahoo.com. Successful MD. DeeDees. DeeDees World Loves. Did I leave the L out? No, it's in there. I can't see. Yeah, at yahoo.com. DeeDeesWorldLoves@yahoo.com. Send it to me there. And then that way I can look at it. And I can react to it. And I'm gonna react to it too. You want either I could do it in a live or I could react to it. But either I might do both, depending on what it is. But yeah, send it to me there. I should get it. But all right, you guys, I got to get out of here. I appreciate y'all once again. Keep that notification bell turned on, you guys. Who knows? I might be back tomorrow. You never know. If I have time in my schedule, I'll pop up. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on so that you'll never miss an upload or a live stream. All right. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. Be blessed. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Sweet 25. As well. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love from everybody, y'all. Y'all be safe. Night call 411. I have a Yahoo I still use from middle school. I know that's right. I done had that Yahoo for so long, y'all. It just stuck with me. But somebody told me, oh my God, you old. I'm like, okay, it's all good. I'm consistent. I'm loyal. That's what that means. When you have people who've had stuff for like years and years, that means they're loyal. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means, okay? I'm old and loyal. Y'all crazy. But anyway, thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Stay tuned for more, you guys. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace out, you guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Mwah. Bye.
You laugh and my heart chokes. Like Midas, everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like it's a little word. Yeah. Every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me. In a way I never understood. In every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know I get. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that.